You're watching Poindexter Lounge. You already know. You're watching Poindexter Lounge for the unity.
Poindexter, you're getting all excited.
What's up, nerd family? A big day for sure. Big news hitting. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Vet, and it is good to have you with me in the lounge today. I feel like I'm a little bit more lit up from this area. I had a light bulb go out like right as we were getting ready to go live, and that was kind of weird. And so I put this new bulb in. And this new bulb appears to be much brighter than the last one. So I've got kind of a Mike Zero thing going on here, where it's like even though this side of my face is well lit, it's a different kind of light, and so you can see it's like the sun is shining in on me or something, but it is not, I assure you. Hey, welcome to the lounge tonight. It is so good to have you all here with me tonight. Look, if this is your first time to the Poindexter Lounge, just know that the Poindexter Lounge is a place for nerds. It's a place where you and me and my friends, meaning all of you, our nerd family, and even if you don't consider yourself a nerd, we still love you. We'll bring you over. Trust me. We may not have a lot of cookies here in the lounge, but we got a lot of heart and we got a lot of love. And what we do offer, Grandma made with love. So, ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time, please hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell, and know that the Poindexter Lounge is a place for nerds. It's a place where you and me and my friends can get together and talk about the things that we love, things like TV shows, movies, games, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, superheroes, toys, and so much more. And if those are things that you enjoy, if those are things that just get you out of bed in the morning and get you going grocery shopping until the wee hours of the morning, sometimes like I was today, then hey, you found the right place. And I don't know what grocery shopping has to do with nerddom, but it's something you got to do, and it's got to be done, because otherwise you don't eat. And if you don't eat, you're not going to have the energy to be able to get up and read those comic books or watch those movies. And so, hey, you need your energy. So, go grocery shopping. It's important. But hey, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell. And also, if you would, please give this video a thumbs up. It's a very simple thing that you can do that helps us out here on the channel just by hitting that thumbs up button. It just tells YouTube that, hey, people are interacting with this video. They like this video enough to just do a simple thing like click and tell them that. So please do that today. Now, as I always do, I want to thank all of our patrons. You guys are fantastic. I appreciate each and every one of you for all that you do and for all that you mean to the Poindexter Lounge. You guys are great, and I'm very thankful for all of you who do that. Also, thank you to all of our members. The members are awesome as well. You guys are fantastic. Don't forget, there's many different levels of membership. I mean, literally, you can join the Patreon for as little as $1. You can join the membership for as little as $2. It's very, very simple. You don't have to, spend a lot on it, and you get cool emoticons, you get cool, fun stuff, and you get access to stuff that other people don't get access to, and then also you get thanked, and you get your name on the board here, and you get my undying gratitude for me and my family, and we appreciate you guys. And so we got lots more coming for the members, and you get things like when we had our I know that this was a local thing, but for example, when we had our big Star Wars day back in October and we watched The Empire Strikes Back at a movie theater, members got in free. They didn't have to pay for their ticket. And look, we did have people take advantage of that and fly in from around the country. Now, I mean, they had to fly in, but that's just one example, but we have other things like that we're going to be doing, and doing special things just for the members and patrons. But don't, for those of you who aren't, or can't, don't think that you're left out. We love you guys so much, and we appreciate all that you mean to the channel, and we're very, very grateful to all of you. All right. And, I said it last night. We were up until the wee hours playing Jeopardy last night. It was a crazy night for sure. But the thing is that I said it last night. This is kind of what we do now. We hang out with our friends this way. And it was great because last night we were hanging out playing Jeopardy. I was talking with some of my friends, and there were 70 other people here hanging out with us, at the time, and that's just great. That's just a ton of fun. And so I'm very, very thankful for that. Now, StreamYard has already skipped down, but I do want to say hello. So let's see here. We got Tizai Cherie. I don't know if you were talking to somebody else, if you were talking to me. I don't know. Maybe. It looks like you and Stella were talking. And so I can be your sidekick, which I can submit cackling videos if you like. And then Stella says, I don't know. I'm just going to read the chat now. Stella says, of course, plenty of room around the cauldron with room for more. Then Anthony Beltray says, hello. Blacksmith Ops is in the house. Says, I have to sit this stream out. No, I got a huge final tomorrow early. Well, hey, good luck with that. So I can't wait to be done with college finals. Wish me luck. Good luck, buddy. I hope the best for you, man, for sure. I'm glad you're almost done with your first year of college. That's important, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, good luck to you, sir. Bat Dan, what's good, man? Good to see you. We'll see. We're going to talk about that tonight and what it could possibly mean for sure. Anthony Grisby is here. Good to see you, Anthony. Good to see you for sure. Dr. O, what's going on? Hey, Andrew Casali, always good to see you. Yes, we're going to talk about what he said about DC already, just in the first day. It makes things very positive for me. What's up, Frank? Good to see you. Levon, good to see you. Caleb, good to see you in the house tonight. You do suck. Always good to see you. Amparo, good to see you. Oh my goodness. Hello, are you preparing a farewell speech for our dear Toby Emmerich? That would make a good parody video, wouldn't it? Note to self. Well, you know what? No, I'm going to do it now, because if I don't do it now, I'll forget, Amparo. I got a couple of things like that I got to do. And so that's a great idea for a parody video. I'm going to write that down here right now. Amparo giving us, this pen doesn't want to work. Let's try another pen. Live on the air. That pen doesn't want to work either. I got two bum pens, like right off the bat. What's the deal? Like I used to say, what the dude with that? And a broken pencil. Yes, you guys are experiencing my my dilemmas here live on the air. Let's see if this one works. Oops, that one better work. It's got the little cap thing still on the end. All right, here we go. Yes, you're watching this live, folks. There we go. Oh, yes. All right. Parody. Emmerich speech. Emmerich farewell speech. There you go. Loving it. Oh, my Diaz. What's up, Eddie? Good to see you in the house tonight. Peter Rabbit's Defender. Good to see you. DC Talk with Extended. Always good to see you. Sean C. What's up? Yeah, I always get the strangest things that happen to me literally right before I start. I don't know what the deal is. Tim, good to see you in the house tonight. What's up, Zeno? Good to see you. Welcome back, Walter. I don't know about that. We'll talk about that too. Yeah, that's more like it. Where in the world is Walter Hamada at this point? What's up, Bradley? Good to see you. Hey, over on Twitch, Sterling Silver Rose, can I ask a favor of all of you? You know, Stella reached out to me today, and I appreciate Stella so much, because she says that when she watches, she usually has both the YouTube channel going and the Twitch going. And I'm telling you guys, we're so close. We're literally like 0.01% away from getting verified there on Twitch. So it means like we got our numbers way up. So if you could help me out, maybe get that stream going too a little bit while you watch the YouTube channel, that would make me very, very happy, and it would help us very much. What's up, Rel? Good to see you, sir, in the house for sure. Hey, Stiffmeister. What's up, Stiffmeister, with a $5 super chat? Thank you, sir. Says, I just found your new 2 Cents on Nonsense episode, Jody's Corner's horrible take on why Jason Keelar is leaving Horner Media, you have to see it to believe it. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? We might have to take a look at that. Thank you, Stiffmeister. I appreciate that for sure. Let's see what we can give you for. I got a couple of new clips in the house, and I'm saving one for somebody. But let's see. You know what? This makes sense. I mean, this makes sense. I got blamed for a lot of stuff back then, so this one's for Jody.
I blame the Poindexter Lounge 100%.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Thank you, Stiffmeister. Appreciate you. Felix, what's up? What's good in the house? Sinfinity and beyond. Good to see you here. The Widow, good to see you here. What's up, Jordan? Always good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well, sir. Barcy is in the house. You know what? Can I just say how much I love our nerd ladies? We have so many wonderful nerd ladies here who chime in here at the channel. And I am always so thankful for all of you. I'm so glad that we have women represented here at the lounge. And that's not the token thing, you know. I mean, this channel has always been built around that. Me and my wife, and you know, you guys don't get to see Tiffany a lot because I do these late night streams, but I'm very, very thankful that you know, the joke is always, you know, that you know, there's no women around, you know, when you're talking nerd stuff, and but you guys, you ladies are amazing, and so I'm very, very thankful for all of you being here. Noel, good to see you, Noel. I think this is what is this? Anth B 28. Good to see you here in the chat tonight. They're on through Periscope. Good to see you there. Toronto Freddy is in here tonight. Good to see you. And let's see, I think I'm getting to the end. Gavin, always good to see you, Gavin. Always good to see you, buddy. Caleb, Caleb, dude, I am so glad you chimed in. Caleb has been a longtime friend of the channel, longtime friend of ours. He was part of our last year. It's been 1 year ago that we ventured into trying to do panel discussions. We had never had that before. We used Zoom, and Caleb was a part of that. And Caleb, I miss you, buddy. In fact, somebody was just asking the other day how you were doing. I was like, you know what? I don't think I've heard from Caleb in a while. And we were looking for you. And so, Caleb, I am so glad that you are here. Thank you, man. Thank you for chiming in. And I saw your request today. What's up, the Ash Man, watching from work? I know. Always love Kent Farm. Go to Kent Farm podcast. That's this YouTube channel. Go check them out. What's up, RJ? Much love to everyone here. Taking the night off to relax and enjoy my birthday cake, but I'll be in the chat. Oh, man, I would love to hear. I know we talked a little bit about it today, but you sent me some stuff, man. Always good to hear your thoughts for sure. What's up, Tyler? Good to see you here. We're getting to, oops. The lovely Tifftastic is in here saying happy birthday to RJ. Everybody say a happy birthday to RJ for sure. Yes, Tiffany is going to start doing some broadcasts of her own here in the Poindexter Lounge, so look forward to that. Jeff Glatfelty, good to see you for sure. Michelle O'Rourke, good to see you. Hey, how you doing? Let's see, who else is here? I Am Batman is here. Hello, Enosh, how are you doing? Good to see you. Just want to make sure. S. Carson, good to see you from Twitch. Awesome. Mask of Shy. Hey guys, Mask of Shy is awesome. You know what? And Mask of Shy, if you want to, if you could like DM me the link to be able to order your poster that you did, because your poster is absolutely awesome, and I want to show it to people again once I bring Brian in here. And yes, it's a weird day for sure. But we're going to jump into this here in just a second. I think Maintario is here. Mike Quish is here on Facebook. Hey, good to see you. Just make sure. Man, there's so many great people here tonight. So many awesome people here. Jarrell, good to see you. How does Jarbo feel about this? Who knows? But I love Jarbo. I think hopefully maybe he might jump in here later. What's up, Jumbled Beats? Sith Lord is in here. What's up, Super Cam 1721 with a $9.99 super chat says, I'm mixed on this merger. However, I am staying optimistic, and so should everyone. Don't let a certain crack corner. Thanks, Film Gob. Kill your hopes. Hashtag restore the Snyderverse. Absolutely. We just got to keep on. We got to keep doing it. It's an interesting thing for sure. But you know what? We're just going to keep on talking about what we love. And I'm going to bring Brian in here right now. But you know what? We're going to keep talking about what we love. And this is exactly it.
So sit back with your popcorn, your cold drink, and let's get back to doing what we do best. Arguing about the Snyder Cut.
Heck yeah, man. That's what we do best, bro.
That's right.
We do best. Welcome, everyone. Brian, Master of None. How you doing tonight, Brian?
Not too bad. That and have embarrassing rounds of Jeopardy.
Dude, last night, that was rough, man.
That's okay.
Rough.
It's okay. If we play again tonight, I think I'm in the zone this time.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if our reigning champ is able to chime in there all the way from Vegas. What's up, Okai? Good to see you. Bat City in the house. There was a big air cut leak, I guess. I did not see that.
No,
I did not see that. Yes, Batman. I did see the G.I. Joe Origins trailer, and we talked about it a little bit last night. I'm still waiting on it because honestly, it doesn't seem like a Snake Eyes movie to me. It just seems like it'd be a cool ninja movie. But it's just yes, Emparo Tiff is amazing. She is absolutely amazing. I love that woman. What's up, Aaron? Good to see you. Aaron Pritchard is in here. Ryan is in here. Man, we got so many great people in here tonight.
Yeah.
Dude,
full house.
The chat is full. All right. Well, then we won't keep you guys. Sorry if I didn't get to anybody, but
Sean C gets it. He says, by the way, Brian was robbed. The Coca-Cola 600 is also ran on Memorial Day weekend. Okay.
I can only go by what the answer says, though, Brian.
I know. I'm just saying there are two races. One is the Indianapolis 500, which I probably should have said too. But the Coca-Cola 600 or the World 600 is also ran that day. Now there's like 1,100 miles of racing. Sometimes dudes will race in like NASCAR drivers will race in the Indy 500 and then jump in a plane and go fly to Charlotte and go race 600 miles at It's actually pretty cool. That's one thing I kind of miss about NASCAR. Unfortunately, over the years, it's kind of gotten stale.
Well, I mean, in all reality, I mean, it is cars driving around in a circle.
No, this is very true, and
5 hours,
and it's like they try to make road courses out of the circle tracks, and I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is, I've never been a big NASCAR fan, but I respect people who are into it. Hey, if you like it, I mean, it's like watching golf. I would much rather play golf than I would watch it. You know?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with if you have a dog in the fight. Kind of like I used to have drivers and stuff that I really liked, but the thing was I grew up on local dirt tracks. Where they did racing every Saturday, and that was when my parents got split up, that's where the drop off would be. Mom would drop us off at the front of the racetrack. Dad would take us home because he worked on the race cars and stuff. So that's how I got involved. So, yeah.
Okay. Someone shared something with me about this haircut thing, I guess. So maybe we'll get to that in just a little while.
Yeah.
I thought I heard somebody pop in, but
the night is young. So.
Yeah, the night is young. Oh, come on, Eddie, you were in here. Yeah, we all know. We all know. But yeah, no, man, last night's Jeopardy was crazy. Brian was in the hole minus 2,000. He's our former champion, man. He was our Ken Jennings, and I don't know what happened.
I came back out to 1,500.
RJ, man, was in the lead for the second night in a row and got robbed by William
himself.
Again.
No, he did that to himself.
He did.
You're not playing for real money, bro. Risk it. Don't risk it all, man. You got to risk it to get the biscuit, man. You want to win it. You want to win at Poindexter Lounge Jeopardy. You bet it all.
You bet it all. Hey, Michelle, absolutely. You can send that to me at poindexterlounge@gmail.com. That's POINDEXTER lounge, LOUNGE. at gmail.com. So hey, speaking of guys who don't risk it all and then fail miserably. Here's the birthday boy himself.
Hey, buddy.
Oh man, don't remind me of that, man. That was
just when I think I'm out. Just when I think I'm out, they drag me back in.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you came back in, and who knows how the night may end. And Brian came in pretty peppy tonight, man, saying, "Hey, if we play again tonight, he thinks he's ready." So right. Maybe we'll have to do one of those nights. That, if we'll see if Williams pops in. If not, maybe we'll have to get another contender listening tonight and bring somebody else in. Bring it in. We'll bring somebody else in. All right. Well, hey, this I know there's a couple people who said they may pop in, but I want to talk about this thing because, guys, huge news. We talked about this last night about that it was coming, but it was made official today. The merger is happening. I mean, barring the FCC stepping in, the government. We got this merger, man.
I love that thumbnail. Like, where'd you find that picture of that dude? Because that looks amazing.
I just looked up pictures of the dude. I just looked up pictures of David Zaslav, and like, it was there, and I was like, "That's amazing. That's going to be my go-to picture, man. Anytime we do stuff like with David Zaslav, I'm like, that's it, man. He's just like, oh."
This poor guy doesn't know what he's getting himself into.
Right?
He's about to get bombarded with restore the Snyder Cut hashtags if he hasn't already.
Right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Hey,
the energy block bad.
Hey, Dork Knight, DM me at on Twitter, and we'll see. It'll be later, but we'll see how the night goes for sure. All right, so your first thoughts. I mean, we'll read the article and stuff with some of the particulars, but what are your first thoughts with what was announced today, Brian?
Well, I got a chance to read one of the articles that came out, and it sounds like kind of like a win-win for both sides, really. On the outside, you know what I mean, along with just bringing those two content platforms together, I think is epic, because I'm of the opinion that the Discovery Networks is a little bit better than Turner. As far as cable goes. Well, because I mean, think about it. Like, it's almost a lot of those shows that are on those networks have almost broken into mainstream culture. You know what I mean? More so than, say, like, your dramas that are on TNN or TNT and stuff like that. So, I mean, I think bringing those two together is fantastic, because I love the Food Network. Okay, come on. So any chance I can get to watch any episode of Good Eats, I can. I'm happy. You know what I mean? Some Cutthroat Kitchen. I mean, some of those shows are like, the cooking competitions are great. So I mean, I like that. And Discovery Channel is cool too. They have Gold Rush, which I've seen a couple of the first seasons. So I mean, I dig that show. So I mean, no, this seems like a win-win. It's really interesting to see where they go as far as kind of how the deck shuffles back together as far as like who's in charge of what, how it trickles down. It could trickle all the way down. You know what I mean? So fingers crossed.
There's definitely some interesting possibilities with this. This opens up a whole new can of possibilities because of this, in a lot of different ways, not just for Snyderverse stuff, but I mean, for this in general,
I think what they need to do is like pick a lane and steer as hard as you can into it, as far as like DC movies are concerned, or anything connected to it, to where everything's connected, like CW's connected. I mean, I want that multiverse kind of thing to where everything's connected, but actually have it make sense. You know what I mean? To where people aren't scratching their heads going, okay, this is just weird. Like, or kind of like the DC rule of three. It's like each franchise was allotted 3 somewhat decent movies,
Sure.
and then they crap the bed if they make the fourth one, Batman
Yeah.
and Robin. You know what
Right.
I mean? Superman 4, Quest for Peace. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Well,
if they
that's
could
what-
break
that's
that
why-
mold, I mean, that would be great.
That's why we have our brand new t-shirts, Brian. That's why I've got all of our brand new shirts here at the lounge. If you guys have not seen these yet, we got brand new shirts at our Teespring that you guys can go check out. And I think that this is a good time to do it, man. This is a good time to do it, man.
Very
Get in
much
on
so.
these. You know, you're bringing up Batman and Robin, but hey, you can pick up our new Warner Brothers and the Kingdom of Lost, Trust, and Integrity T-shirt. and you know what? Here's the thing. You know, it's funny because I could put up like a Poindexter Lounge shirt, and we'll sell one every once in a while. Now, the Justice League version has sold very well. People really like the Justice League emblem of that. But it's funny because, man, I put up these and I realized something. Like, we could put the Poindexter Lounge logo on it, and people would dig it. But like, this gives them another reason to have this shirt. You know what I mean? To proudly wear this shirt, you know, as a dig at Warner Brothers. But yeah, so you get the Warner Brothers and the Kingdom of the Lost, Trust, and Integrity. You could also get Hamada and the Destroyers of the Multiverse. I don't know. I just get this. This has a special place in my heart. I just love this one for some reason. I don't know. It's just this one. If it's not funny to anybody else, it's funny to me. And then, of course, She Wants to Kill You, Dick.
Yeah, see? The rule of four.
The rule of four. It's that darn rule of four. And then you never go full Clooney. Just don't do it.
That's a trilogy I would have been happy with. Just stuck the landing with Batman Forever, you know?
Yeah. So you guys can follow the link down in our description of this video or any one of our videos where it will take you to our Teespring, and you can look at all of our other wonderful shirts and offerings there. That's my commercial. You can also get this new Jawas United Union label Tatooine shirt. Yeah, just like there's lots of fun stuff. This one my favorite. This is a favorite of people. People really love this one, and I love this one. So anyways, that's my commercial. And you know what? They're priced to go too. You will not find any scum and villainy in our Teespring. You will find cheap, low prices, everyday low prices. Like you won't find us like trying to charge you $25 for a t-shirt for a YouTube channel that like you barely know, you know. But I don't know, RJ, what do you think, man? What are your initial thoughts from this?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. I mean, it feels like every day, every hour, we're getting some kind of new information.
Mm-hmm.
Like New York Times has posted an article talking about Jason Kilar is already looking to exit Warner Media, go find other employment.
Yep.
There's stuff talking about. I heard even some rumors swirling around there. Walter Hamada is looking to leave pretty soon. Next year.
I heard that as well.
So,
and he just signed up. You know, he just signed up a new.
Yeah.
A new thing. So
it's a lot of different variations. This is very complex. I mean, it's not as how do I put this? Like, when Disney bought Fox, that was a big flashy headline because you knew the value of that IP. But I would say this is on a similar level in terms of how much this is going to transform these properties that we know, just not in the way we kind of expect, if that makes sense.
sure.
Like, it's not like a super flash, like, oh, Disney's buying Fox, so we know we're getting the X-Men in the MCU.
Yeah.
This is something like, it's more business-y. It's not as like, sexy of a title or anything, but it's still a pretty big deal. It's going to change how content's made, I think, at Warner Brothers.
Absolutely. And that's the thing about this. People are saying that this is the biggest merger pretty much of all time. I mean, this is a huge thing. And I said it last night. It's interesting because Warner Brothers goes from being this huge studio, one of the most, widely respected studios on the planet.
Huge legacy of
huge legacy,
decades.
History, just the movies and the television and everything that comes along with this. The cartoons, for God's sake. Right? I mean, how many of us kids grew up on Warner Brothers cartoons? I mean, you don't even think about that, right? I mean, you don't even really think about that, but it's all there, and they've become a commodity.
Yeah, you said I did like a little stream earlier. I said this on. We were talking about it earlier too. It's like they just became another cog in the machine. They're not.
Yeah. They're
not the main focus. Like, even DC itself is a tiny blimp inside a tinier cog, which is Warner Brothers as a whole,
Yeah. And that's interesting. Somebody was asking for I'll put in a link to our Discord. Yeah, if you guys haven't joined our Discord yet, join our Discord. People are having some great conversations over there, and it's not just conversations. It is a lot of fun that goes on over at our Discord. So I'm putting a link to our Discord in there right now. And I just put also our email address in there. Email us at poindexterlounge@gmail.com. Remember, we're needing some emoticons ideas for our members. So we need 2 new ones. So we're going to pick a couple. So, hey, please get that in here. All right. So that we can get your idea. All it's got to do is be square. It's got to be a square image. It could be anything, literally. Throw a picture of Hamada on a background. I don't care. Like, just throw me something, man. I want to see what you do. You don't have to be the greatest artist. I just want to see what you do and how you can do it. And I know that we have a lot of talented people here as well. So send me something for one of our emoticons, and we'll see about getting it in there. But yeah, like I said, there's all this, and now Warner Brothers has just become basically another part of the commodity. It's just part of it now. It's not even the main thing anymore, and that's, I don't know, man. That's kind of weird if you ask me, But it's interesting. Now let's take a look at this. You gotta love your computer and like the computer age that we live in right now. It will give you new ads. Look up there at the top, guys. We just were showing all these T-shirts the other day from this. Like literally, RJ and I spent like an hour and a half
with those shirts.
Yeah, RJ. Yeah, look at RJ. Look, see.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me that they don't know what you're looking at, what you're watching. I'm just saying. But that's funny. That makes me laugh right there. That's
why are you looking at curling irons though? That's my question.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't need that, but it just changed, I guess. All right. But anyways, so this is from the Hollywood Reporter. I think my picture's better than theirs.
Yeah.
From Zaslav. Discovery CEO David Zaslav on Warner Media deal is, he says, relationships with talent will be our #1 priority. Look, guys.
That's our response to the criticisms, man.
Guys.
Straight up.
Yes, and I love they talk about it here, and we're going to talk about it too, because what have we said? They have said for how long? Warner Brothers is the studio, it's the director's studio, it's for the people, and we've seen very much so in the last few years, especially, that they're not.
Well, exodus of directors on their watch. Like, yeah, no, they're doing gangbusters, man.
That's right, Cherie. I got the natural curls, man. I don't need the curling iron. I got the natural curls. Yes. All right. So hold on a second. I got to pull this up. This is funny. Where'd it go? Oh yeah. Where's the Croc Plus ad for the streaming service Croc Plus? We need that ad up there. But yeah, so but he says that relationships with talent will be our #1 priority.
And it makes sense because Toby Emmerich burned bridges with that HBO Max thing. Christopher Nolan came out, Denis Villeneuve came out. They were not happy. I mean, there's rumors that Christopher Nolan was going to go to another studio.
Yep. So I'm really hoping that Zaslav is really going to be the one to save this. It says AT&T chief John Stankey and Zaslav, who will lead the new venture, also address the status of Warner Media CEO Jason Kilar and the future of CNN. Yeah. So here it is. AT&T CEO John Stankey and Discovery CEO David Zaslav shared their reasons and visions for the mega combination of their company's media businesses in a joint venture unveiled early Monday during a conference call with Wall Street analysts. It was a deal that was negotiated in Zaslav's New York City brownstone, one that began with a weekend text exchange between the two executives. Talk about grassroots, guys.
Yeah, and apparently they were also golfing buddies. So they were golfing together, texting each other, like, hey, let's make a deal,
Yes. TJ with the $2 Canadian super chat says, y'all see the Zaslav clip? Yes, we did, and we're going to play it. I'm going to play it here in just a few minutes once we're done with this article. So yes, we did. Yeah. If they pull more Warner Brother shenanigans, Barcy, I'm right there with you. If they say that this is their number one priority and ends up not being their number one priority, and they don't
Trust me, though, the
show
internet's paying attention. We're not.
Oh, we are.
Their words right now are going to have meaning later.
You know what? People could say whatever they want to about the Snyder Cut movement and us as a whole, but you know what? Can I just say this? It really is accountability over entertainment. We are like literally starting to see these companies starting to be held responsible for their actions, for their comments, for what they say, and I think that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. So yeah. Let's continue with this and see what more they had to say. So they negotiated it in his house. He says, I was sitting around on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, and I just texted John, and we ended up on a 2-hour conversation about the future of media. Zaslav, it just reminds me of sometimes what we do, but these guys are actually empowered to do something about it.
Yeah, they're rich. They're rich, powerful.
Yes. So
maybe they play Jeopardy.
Maybe. Zaslav told reporters over Zoom on Monday morning the Discovery CEO will lead the combined company once the deal closes. Under the terms of the deal, AT&T will spin off entertainment arm Warner Media and combine it with Discovery, creating a TV, film, and streaming powerhouse. AT&T's Warner Media owns the likes of the Warner Brothers Studio, HBO, and the streaming service HBO Max, as well as the Turner cable networks, including CNN, TNT, and TBS. Discovery's reality TV-heavy properties include Discovery Channel, HGTV, TLC, Food Network, OWN. I'm sorry, this sounds like a wrestling thing to me.
OWN. It's the NWO channel.
The Oprah Wrestling Network.
Oh, man.
On Croc Plus, and Animal Planet. So, you know what's interesting about this? They don't mention DC at all. They don't mention DC Entertainment, DC Films, DC as any of the DC characters. But they don't mention it here. But we're gonna watch the video of what's on David's mind. All right. So stay tuned. Hold on. We're going to get to that. It says, we think together the combination. So Hollywood Reporter might not be mentioning it, but wait till we hear David's thoughts. We think together the combination makes us the best media company in the world. I've said it. My favorite streaming service is HBO Max, not because of the Snyder Cut. Listen, I held off getting HBO Max until the very last minute. And once I've gotten it, I would choose it over any other streaming service right now because it's got the best shows. It's got the best movies. It's got the things that I actually love. Listen, Disney Plus, a lot of great stuff. If you love Disney, I understand why you would love it. It's all there. It's all great. It's all wonderful. But you know what? I love The Mandalorian. I'm going to definitely watch the heck out of all the Star Wars stuff coming because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. The Marvel stuff, I'm going to watch. I've been watching. I'm excited. And if you're a Marvel fan like RJ, I get it. That's going to be a priority to you. But the sheer content, though, that's like rewatchable.
Out, though,
the sheer content that's rewatchable. I mean, the TV shows that are on HBO Max are ridiculous.
They got all the classic Cartoon Network shows. They got Chappelle Show, South Park.
Dude, I've been watching it this week, man. Anytime now that I'm bored, I've gotten literally away from watching so much YouTube because of HBO Max. Like when I'm like looking for something to watch on YouTube and I've already watched my friends' streams and I've watched this and I've watched that and there's no real good videos popping up in my feed, I'll literally be like, well, I guess I'm going to watch an episode of South Park, or I guess I'm going to watch an episode of Chappelle's Show, or you know what I mean? Like that's or Robot Chicken or something. You know, I mean, there's so much more. I haven't even tapped in.
There's Doom Patrol, Harley Quinn. You see?
I know. So there's more DC shows coming. So yeah, it's going to be great. So they think that they have the best media company in the world. Zaslav said Monday, noting that the company or the combined company will spend $20 billion on content. That's important. That's important. One of the things that have been said over and over again, and guests here, even on this very program, have brought up and said, well, don't expect anything coming from anybody because they don't have the money to spend. And that was actually what got Warner Brothers in the issue that they were, because they did not have the money to spend on programming. They did not have the money to spend on big events.
But exactly though. So at the time, given the information, they weren't wrong.
No, I get you.
So
I get you. No, I understand. But this stuff, see, was going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Okay. So the thing is that yes, where you can look at the analytics on the top, on the surface, sometimes there are things going on below the surface that you didn't know, and you don't know what you don't know. So where, yes, that has been true, right? $20 billion, that is a lot that is more money than any other streaming service is spending. Netflix is, I guess, spending 17 million, I think, was it, this coming year. And so this new venture will spend 20 billion. So they're going to outspend them even. They're going to outspend Netflix. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, because that's amazing. It says we will be one company, one culture, one mission, great stories, great content that entertains people in every country around the world. Now, I want to point out something to you guys, because last night I said this. What did I say? When people started saying, well, yeah, but Warner Brothers is going to do their own thing, they're still going to do it. And I said, no. What happens when a company takes over another company and there's a merger or there's a takeover or whatever? The culture is going to be taken over. This statement right here, folks, is bigger than it may sound. When he says we will be one company, first of all, it ain't going to exist as it has existed before. And later on, I think he actually talks about how they have a name that they're going to reveal in the next week or two for this whole thing. Yes, that they have a name for this new company, because this will be a new publicly traded company.
Yeah, it's Warner Media's done. That name, that old system's gone. It's going to be something brand new.
Gone, folks. The old regime, gone. And that's what... One company, one culture. Do you think that they're going to keep the toxic culture of Warner Brothers that they've shown over the last couple of years, or do you think that that's what has led, one of the things that has led to this change?
Well, that's why I talked about relationship with creatives. That's something that's been burned in the past few years that needs to be a priority for them to fix. So I mentioned this before. Warner Brothers was amazing when Jeff Robinov was running it. Right, Jeff Robinov was the one who had that whole philosophy of build relationships with talent and get them to keep working with you. Mm-hmm. That's why Ben Affleck set up shop at Warner Brothers, Christopher Nolan, all these creatives, like even Zack Snyder was a Jeff Robinov guy. But ever since Kevin Hart took over, it seems like they've lost their way in that regard. So this could be a good way for them to build those bridges back up instead of burning them like they've been doing under Toby Emmerich, especially. Because when Toby Emmerich did that deal for the HBO Max day and date premieres, it threw a lot of those directors under the bus in a way that they weren't ready for it, and they were really upset and wanting to go somewhere else. So,
I love. Here's Bruce Jenner Custom Toys. Go check him out on eBay, and he's got a YouTube channel. He's got a great YouTube channel. He talks about making toys and stuff. He's made a lot of toys for me. I got a wall right in front of me of his toys. He says I binged Robot Chicken for 8 hours the other day. It melted my brain, but I loved it.
See, that's another thing too. Robot Chicken's on there. That's like hours of entertainment, man.
Oh my gosh, there's so much, right? Also, where is that? Yep, You Do Suck says yes. Netflix is spending over 17 billion this year. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And
Netflix
I know maybe
they'll. Yeah.
Maybe they will. No, I was going to say maybe they will listen to us for once. Stella says bye bye old guard at Warner Brothers.
I would hope so, man. I would hope so.
We can hope so.
Toxic WB is gone. Hopefully, I mean that that's things.
Yeah, I did hear that. I did hear that. What's his name? Zaslav. Apparently, he's somewhat friendly with Toby Emmerich. So this was some speculation. Toby Emmerich's not gonna go. But
well, know. Here's the thing though. Like even with the Toby Emmerich thing, like look, Toby Emmerich was part of what got us the Snyder Cut. I mean, when Zach talked about it, he talked about Emmerich, was the one who talked to him about it, and they, they made it happen. So depending upon where Emmerich falls in this and like what role he has, listen, people got to work, but they don't have to be in charge. And that's things like people can do different things. I love all the different names that everybody's coming up with for the new company.
Discovery, Warner.
Yeah. What's up, Tyler? Good to see you, sir. I got a drop for you when you get in here. TJ here with a $5 Canadian super chat says 20 billion on content, attempt to be a streaming god. HBO Max failed because it wasn't launched worldwide. Emmerich, Sarnoff, Hamada must go. We'll see. We'll see.
I think there was a lot of issues with HBO Max in their first launch, though. I think the name confused a lot of people because it had HBO Go, and now you just had a lot of stuff going on. Where
there were so many things.
Very well, yeah.
There were so many things going on at the same time. Well, hey, that being said, also here, the voice of reason, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Matt Jarbo. What's up, Matt?
Not too much. Just wrapped up my stream, and I was like, oh yeah, I told Enosh I'd stop by.
Heck yeah. So we're just going over this, and I was just going over the fact that they're talking about that it's going to be one company, one culture, one mission, being great stories, great content that entertains people in every country around the world. I think that shows right there that the old mindset. I mean, and I'm not even talking about Snyderverse stuff.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
The mindset of the company, which is good to hear actually, because the Warner Brothers' old way of doing stuff, regardless of Snyder Cut and all that stuff, has just not been a very good thing. And so I like it. I mean, but this kind of goes to my point last night is that when a company takeover happens, this is kind of what happens. You get a mindset change, Also, hey, Zod Rider is here. What's up, Zod?
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Zod, what's up?
Good to see you, sir.
So I've been thinking about this whole thing too, and it's like, I mean, they're throwing Keelar under the bus, right? They served him up for slaughter, 100%.
Honestly, I'm shocked that he's getting the boot. I really thought.
He's exiting. He's exiting before he gets the boot. Like that's the whole point. Is like he's been undercut. That's the whole thing. I didn't think they were gonna. I thought they were gonna give it a little bit of time. I felt like they were gonna like kind of ease into it a little bit.
Yeah.
But
have you seen what's happening with Sarnoff?
No, I haven't heard anything about Sarnoff today. But then again, I haven't been looking about Sarnoff's situation. But with Keelar, they set him up. I think AT&T set him up to fail. And what he did, if you think about it, what he did as head of Warner Media was everything he could to reinvigorate theaters. Mm-hmm. And he got no love, and he got treated like crap. And that was all the comments here by Zaslav about like, we want to focus on the creators and all this. That's completely anti-Keelar. That's
more so anti-Emmerich though. Emmerich was the one who pushed the HBO Max stuff, at least for their studio pictures though. Like it was him.
It was Keelar's decision though. It was Keelar's decision, and the buck always goes up. It always goes up in Hollywood, right? Until they throw it down. But really, in this case, it went to Keelar because that was his call. Was to make that theatrical day and date release shit, right? That was his push, and that was Emmerich caught a bit of brunt of that one, but otherwise, it's no, they threw his ass under the bus, man. Like it's kind of sick. It is, because they did you read about how the whole thing started? Did you guys cover that?
No, we're getting into that actually right now. So,
it's crazy.
It's perfect. It's perfect timing. But hey, H Bart's here with a $2 super chat. Thank you, H Bart's. Says Kermit should buy WB.
Oh, super chats are working for you? They're not working for me.
Yeah,
like literally, like H Bart's gave $2 and it popped up as like S2G in the chat. Like it's not like no super chats are working for me at all. So it's got to be an internal. Yeah, it's weird.
So you just kind of interrupted you. I get that
individual, Matt. That's
profound. Sometimes people, this just happened tonight for our good friend Tyler.
No, it's fine. I was just dropping some profound shit, but please,
whatever.
That's why
I also profound.
So sometimes you get interrupted like that. I'm sorry.
Oh, it always happens.
Yeah. So all right. Yeah, look, everything's been working fine for me as far as I see. But yeah, so we're just getting to the Keelar part. It says Jason is still the CEO of Warner Media, Stanky said, adding that Zaslav has a lot of decisions to make about personnel. Jason is a fantastic talent, Zaslav said, noting that he got to know the exec when he was developing Hulu. He added that CNN president Jeff Zucker was a close friend as well. The focus will be on talking to everybody at Discovery and everybody at Warner Media, and we will be trying to figure out how to get the best people to stay. Zaslav also seemed aware of some of the criticism Warner Media. This is one interesting thing that I really felt was a good part of this. Zaslav also seemed aware of some of the criticism Warner Media has faced in recent months from high-profile Hollywood talent, many of whom felt blindsided by the decision to release Warner Brothers films on HBO Max the same day they were released in theaters. The Discovery CEO said that his number one priority will be building relationships with the creative community, and that he plans to spend time in Los Angeles, New York, and anywhere else that talent is based. I will be anywhere in the world the creatives are to strive to create the best creative culture, Zaslav said. We want our company to be the place where people that want creativity, they want flexibility, they want stories, they will come to us. Oops, and then I don't know what the seatbelt commercial. What the heck? Okay. That right there, though, I think is I think that's a strong statement, wouldn't you say? I mean, and also, by the way, welcome to Tyler from Pop Culture. Good to see you, sir. Welcome. I think this is your first time on the lounge.
First timer.
Welcome.
First timer,
welcome.
long timer. Great to be here.
Yeah, good to see you, man. Good to have you here.
Was that the drop? By the way?
Yeah, man. I had that drop, and I got the long form. I waited for you to come in because I felt bad for him. Because just to set this up, I don't want to get too off on a tangent, but that's actually what happened to poor Tyler tonight. He had both Ray Fisher and Allison Crowe. I'm sorry, yeah, Ray Porter.
Wish Ray Fisher, man.
I know. He had Ray Porter and Allison Crowe on at the same time, and they just started talking and having a great time. And I think it totally got away from your whole thing. But it was funny. They started talking about the time that I wore the onesie here with Tiff on the channel, and so Tyler wasn't aware of that. So they started talking about that, and Allison went and got her onesie and comes back out, and they started talking and everything. And then I sent Tyler a picture just to tell him and show him what he had missed. And Tyler brings it up. I'll show it to you right here.
And what's the term? Retconned. And it's welcomed. It's made legitimate. It's like, no, that's what that is now. I mean, just trying to chart dark side. There it is. There's the onesie.
Is that a sloth or a little bear?
I'm not sure entirely.
I love it.
Or a glow. Is that
I am
a growth?
so sorry that I just interrupted you like that.
No, it's fine. I was just dropping some profound shit, but please.
Whatever.
That's
why I
also profound. Also
immediately
also,
immediately regretted it.
But as I speak more about latitude, there it is.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. But yeah, no, welcome, Tyler. It's good to have you here, man. And I look forward to hearing your opinions on this as we go forward with the panel. TJ here real quick with another $5 Canadian super chat says, didn't Keelar in a way save the theaters with his same day releases? I know my statement is controversial. I mean,
I don't know. I feel like it might have been a hit or miss experiment. I don't think it's paying off for them in the way they thought.
Godzilla, $400 million worldwide.
Yeah.
First film to crack it since last year. And I made a joke about that on my stream.
But that's the only movie though. Like the other ones are like doing okay, but
that's something. Tenet came out, crashed and burned. Right? Tenet, and that was Nolan pushing Tenet, by the way. Warner's capitulated to
it's new IP though. It's new IP.
It's Nolan.
I know,
it's
but it came out
Nolan.
in 2020 though. 2020 was
because they didn't want to put it out, and Nolan wanted them to put it out. So they still were the canary in the coal mine. They didn't want to be. It was between Disney's Mulan and Tenet to be canary in the coal mine, and Disney held that shit back and probably made a lot more money as a result. Tenet, didn't even Tenet only did 300 million worldwide.
I think Nolan needed a little bit of patience. That's what I think needed to happen. I think Nolan needed to wait it out a little bit if he really wanted his movie to be successful in theaters. Because again, no matter what you say, it's Nolan, and that's a good way of saying it because he does mean butts in the seats. But here's the reality of the situation: we were living through, and we're still essentially living through a pandemic. So if Christopher Nolan would have waited a little while, practiced a little bit of a restraint, maybe his movie would have cracked 400 million at the box office. It kind of feels to me like he jumped the gun because he forced the studio to put it in theaters, and at that point in time, nobody was ready to go to the movie theater. Not only that, movie theaters were not open. It's not like you could just go to your local theater and watch Tenet. It was very select. There were a very select few movie theaters that were open at the time. So as much as people want to blame the studio or want to blame Jason Kilar and all this for that decision, Christopher Nolan has to take some of the blame, because when Christopher Nolan says, I want my movie in theaters, because he's Christopher Nolan, he gets what he wants, even if only 5 people are going to go watch the movie. So we have to take that into consideration when we look at this as a whole.
Even if it didn't end up being the best decision.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Matt, because again, Nolan is Nolan, but the reality is, at that point, where were you going to go to see it? I know that when Tenet came out, there were no theaters near me that were open. It's not like I could go watch Tenet in a movie theater even if I wanted to, unless I wanted to go like a state over, because I live in Illinois. I would have had to go somewhere in the deep outskirts of Indiana if I wanted to see Tenet, I guess.
Yeah.
But Zod, that's what happened to me here in Michigan. We actually saw Tenet in the theater, but it was open for like a week, and then next thing I knew, it was closed again. You know what I mean? So it was open. We saw it, thankfully, and then it was gone. And then that's why I put off getting HBO Max, because I was waiting to see if the theater was going to be open again to be able to watch Wonder Woman, because I wanted to go to the theater. I wanted to support the theater as long as the theater was taking it seriously and safe and everything. I that's what I wanted to do. And my theater was, I know the manager there, and we had these conversations. And so, that's why we did what we did. But, a lot can be said for that. But at the same point, I think Matt has a good point too, that, look, we're coming out of this. You put stuff in the theater. Like I was strongly against this kind of rollout, right? Of theater at the same time as it being in on HBO Max. Okay. And Brian right here below me can tell you, I was strongly against this idea. I'm still not thrilled with it. It doesn't make me happy, because I want to see theaters thrive. I want to see theaters survive. And I think there is a lot to be said about the theater going experience that I think people are missing out on if they don't go to the theater. But the reality is the idea of having both has been a good thing, because it's actually helped people see the movie. Now, if they would just report what the freaking numbers are
exactly
when you watch something, that would be helpful. But
exactly.
But I digress. But back to this, let's see, where were we at? So he's saying, Zaslav's saying, man, he's committed to this. He's committed to being around the world, wherever the creators are. That's where it wants to be. And I think that is such an important part going forward, that if we're going to see good stories, like I love the fact that he says, we want our company to be the place where people that want creativity, they want flexibility, they want stories, they come to us. We won't know until we know, when the future holds, if Zack Snyder ever does anything with these guys again. But that right there is what I wish Warner Brothers would have had as their culture, as their creative culture, because if that doesn't hit right there, beat for beat, exactly what happened to Zack. We want people that want creativity, they want flexibility, they want stories. That's the type of people that Warner Brothers should want.
Here's the thing, though, right? Is like, look at what Zaslav runs. What stories? The whole thing is full of stories, but like, it's all unscripted. You know what I mean? Like everything on Discovery is like meant to be unscripted. IDTV is informative murder porn, which I like. But other than that, it's
still scripted, though, dude. You know as well as I do. Every reality show is scripted.
Yeah. I made a joke about that last night on stream too. I'm all, because I had a friend of mine who was working on Bridezilla, on a couple episodes of Bridezilla, and he would tell me, like, you'd have a bride and like they were trying to, she would tell a story and like, can you do that again? But can you be a bit more like angry about it? You know, can you get really worked up over it? And they would, but they coach them. They coach these people. And that's the whole thing. So it's like, what stories have they told? That's my question. Like in a filmmaking standard, you know what I mean? In an actual like narrative structure outside of like, you know, was it Southern Fried Homicide? You know what I mean? Like,
well, I think that's probably part of why they want this acquisition. I mean, or this,
and so they're edging out, you know, the streaming guy to go to the guy who's got a bit of a steadier hand. That's all it is. This is reactionary, right?
Yeah.
Like Zaslav is a notorious, he's cheap. He's cheap. Right?
Well, no, he's interesting because he used to work for NBC Universal. So I don't know if he caught the
I did catch that. I didn't catch Grace's video today, but I heard it yesterday. And
it seems like he's eager to get back to like old studio Hollywood. Like that's where he wants to go because he's gonna implement his streaming strategies with old school Hollywood ideals. If that makes sense.
It does, but we're not there anymore. We're not there anymore. Right? I mean, Amazon's looking at buying MGN for $9 billion because they got a lot of content. Never mind the fact that they're a distribution company. They're a mini major. So Amazon can use them to put their movies out in theaters. I mean, Netflix is working with Cinemark to put Army of the Dead out, which had this.
But you really can't. I really don't think you can compare Amazon though to these other services because Amazon is not just a streaming service. Amazon essentially is. More people are going to be signed up to Amazon than anything else because of the free shipping and all the things you get with an Amazon Prime account.
Well, but to be fair though, Prime Video is doing well. I mean, they said that 175 million people have watched content on there in the last month, which is like
just touting and saying, "Hey,
but again, Prime Video, you know, Prime Video is included with Amazon Prime, so you have to take that into consideration when you compare it to the others. And this merger essentially is going to put, whatever they call it, Warner Discovery, whatever it ends up being called, is going to put it in a position to be a leader because there's going to be so much content. It's going to put them in a position to be, at least, if not number one, pretty close to number one.
They're not going to be number one. I'll tell you this, because here's what it's going to boil down to. It's boiling down to 3. People want 3. You're going to have your Netflix because it's already a standard and their content's still good. Disney Plus because guess what? It's Disney and you have children in your life in some way or another.
Families.
And you're also probably a Marvel and Star Wars fan because let's face it, a lot of us nerds are. So we're going to have it.
Everybody is.
And then it's like, well, so then you think about it and you go like, well, yeah, what's your third one? What's the roving going to be? Yeah. Right? Is it going to be Amazon? Well, do you pay the $13 a month for the Prime shipping? Well, then you get your stuff with it. Well, maybe you just want to keep with that.
But I gotta ask you though, Matt, would you, if you had, if you were going to get Amazon Prime, would you buy Amazon Prime just for Amazon Video? That's the question you have to ask yourself, because
for Lord of the Rings,
that's going to change everything.
Here's my thing. If you're like me and you order a lot of items, a lot of stuff, a lot of supplies and things you need in your daily life, it's worth it to you to have Amazon Prime for that alone. When I got Amazon Prime, I wasn't thinking, oh, wow, I get Amazon Prime Video for free. Amazon Prime Video was just a perk. It was like, oh, cool.
I've had it for almost a year and forgot about it because Tiffany signed up for Amazon Prime to get all the freaking shipping, and I didn't because I let my old one lapse, and so I didn't think we had Amazon Prime anymore. And when it was started coming time to watch Coming to America, I was like, how the heck am I going to watch Coming to America too? Like, I want to watch this movie, and she's like, well, I've got Prime, and I'm like, what? She's like, I've had it for almost a year. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, we weren't watching The Boys. I wasn't watching The Boys when it first came out. Like, I missed the whole first freaking season of that.
Enosh, here's one thing that Amazon Prime has, I think, has over all of the big ones right now, is the fact that Amazon Prime, you can pay for it annually. You pay for it once and you forget about it. If you buy it, you get it, you buy it for the whole year, you forget about it because you know you're going to use it because you got the streaming and you got the shipping. But what I'm saying is I just question whether or not people, everybody has Amazon Prime, but you have Amazon Prime.
Isn't that how I pay for HBO Max though? I mean, I was paying for DC
Do you pay annually for Amazon?
I don't know.
Certain other ones do it.
Yeah, because
Who,
though?
I know Netflix has never had an annual plan.
No,
Disney offered it at the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I did. I did it with Disney.
Yeah.
I know I did it with Disney, and I had it with DC Universe.
Yes, DC Universe is another one you could do it with.
Yep, I did it with that one.
Because now we don't even know if HBO Max is going to be HBO Max anymore.
Right,
It's going to become something else.
I
So
swear to God,
like
if
that
it changes,
Paramount service, that crappy
God.
Paramount service. Wow.
Yeah, we're totally there. Peter Rabbit's Defender, real quick, with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Peter Rabbit's Defender. Appreciate you, man. Says at Zod, I agreed with you. Nolan was too rash on Tenet, and he should understand the situation more. It would do better if it comes out after Fast. It would do better if it came out after Fast 9.
I think so. I think a delay.
Well, wasn't it supposed to
help? Yeah, I think a delay would have. I think a delay on Tenet would help, because now, if say for example you were to turn around and you were to release, you were going to release it in theaters, it would have a much better chance of being a success and getting those Godzilla versus Kong numbers.
July or August, yeah.
I do want to say to Benson's here real quick before we go on with the article. So even before we talk about any of the possible impact that it could definitely have an impact on the Snyderverse. First of all, anything that happens, you got to remember, is not going to happen for about 2 years at this point. I mean, we're starting, and I've said that, and I mean, that's just my point of view. That's my point of view. I mean, you got Gal Gadot is pregnant right now. She's not coming back real quick to do anything else. There's going to be some time here. They're making other films. They're doing other things. So whatever impact it has, if it has any impact at all, I would not say that it will not have any impact, just because it would take 2 years. And I love you, Mark. But yeah, it could take a while for it to actually do it. But let's finish this, because I do want to show the video, because I thought the video was very the short little video of Zaslav was very interesting and kind of telling. It says Zaslav thanked the founders of the two companies, Ted Turner and John Hendricks, as well as his mentor and Discovery's largest shareholder, John Malone, before noting the impact of Harry, Jack, Albert, and Sam Warner. This is starting to sound like a Mike Zero video. Harry, Jack, Albert, Sam Warner, John, Ted, John Hendricks, Kathleen
Huey,
Kennedy,
Dewey, Louie.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything for the algorithm, right?
Right.
Remember, most notably, Albert.
Oh my gosh, you don't know how much. Look, I wish when we were doing our 2 cents on nonsense when I was trying to plan our 2 cents on nonsense this week, he literally has a video where he says that Henry Cavill is going to be in some project or whatever going for it. And I was just like, please be a good video, please be a funny.
We got Discovery put out a video today saying that Henry Cavill turned down another DC project. So.
Yeah, I didn't see that,
Figure
but
that one out.
I didn't see that. But Peter Rabbit's Defender with a $1.99 super chat says, "Et Jarbo, Googling Samara weaving linked. Good stuff." Jeez.
Wait, we talked about that the other night.
Don't do it.
No. Someone mentioned that the other night on stream, and I can't confirm or deny that I did look at it at some point in time. I mean, well. And then I remembered that I'd already seen them. So it's, they're real.
Oh.
You have to remember, man, 2014 was a wild time. August 2014.
Wow.
Two main things happened in the entertainment industry in 2014, August.
Huh.
Come on, dude, bring it up. Bring it up. That's right.
No, I'm good. Yeah, you know what? I'll give you this for a palate cleanser.
Does your butthole itch? Does it just ache? Do you walk around all day wishing you had a different butthole? Well, now you can. Available at Walmart for a limited time only are scratchless, scentless buttholes. Don't be self-conscious about your hole anymore. Go to Walmart, get a new butthole, and start your new life today.
That's about as bad as the AIDS commercial you aired last
I was gonna make a joke about like Marky's Bad Movie Emporium or something like that last night. And just have it like all about like people can't get it up, so just watch Jack and Jill.
There you go.
You know.
Moving on.
I couldn't make the joke work.
The story of the Warner Brothers is the story of everyone in our industry. Success is about creative talent in front of the screen and behind the screen and fighting for the culture that creates that vision, he said. He also expressed a commitment to CNN, merging it with the international news properties Discovery already owns. Our mission is to lean into news, not make it. I added that part. I'm sorry. Put it together with CNN and be the world leader in news. I don't even watch news anymore. I swear to God, because it's all just all just chatter.
Well,
it's all chatter.
Talk about CNN though, because was it Tuckley? What's the guy's name? Jeff
Tucker?
Yeah, Tucker.
Tucker Carlson, or is Jeff Zucker?
Jeff Zucker.
There's names, and they, you got to know who you're talking about.
That's true. It makes a difference.
Jeff Zucker might be taking up a big leadership role in something with this new company too. So,
no. He's supposedly leaving CNN at the end of the year, and what they want him to stick around to continue to run CNN because he brought them to new heights during the Trump era. But I hate to break it to a lot of people out there. Trump isn't in office anymore. And as a result of that, it's not, I know. I mean, God, where have we been since January?
You know how you know that Trump is not in office anymore? I'll tell you how. Saturday Night Live is actually doing character sketches again.
Yeah.
Are they funny though?
There have been some really funny. This last week was really funny. I really enjoyed it. I'm a huge Saturday Night Live fan. I've stuck with them through everything, through the lean years, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like you're just beating me up. You're beating me up when I counted 8, Trump sketches in one show. Just like I get it. You don't like him. Yeah, half the world doesn't like him, but I don't want to see it on my comedy. All day, every day, and so like they're actually having to like write stuff now. It's pretty awesome.
Man, when are we going to get there with the Snyder commentary? My gosh.
Well, it was great having Matt Jarbo here. Thanks so much for being here, Matt. I think there's something wrong with his internet or something. But good to have you here, Matt, as always. He was laughing in the back.
I was laughing. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah. All right.
What's that old comment that's saying like, who you can't, what is it? Who's in power? The people you can't criticize or whatever. I don't know.
Well, I don't know what's worse. Like, continually doing Snyder content or saying I'm done with Snyder content. I'm not going to make it anymore. Walk away for 2 days and then come back.
Here's the thing with that though. There's like nothing else going on. So it's like, it is just that.
Hold on. Matt, you could go watch the Demon Slayer movie and cover that,
I don't speak Japanese. I don't understand manga or anime quite often. It's like it looks cool. I watched the trailer. I feel like I need to watch the show before I see the movie.
Yeah, you do.
It's kind of like, it's like, why would I go and see a movie that I don't understand? I mean, I've gone to foreign films and I've been confused. So
yeah. All right. So basically he talks about CNN. He says on the direct to consumer front, Zaslav said that they would develop a model for CNN and that they were still figuring out how they would incorporate HBO Max with its focus on premium fare and Discovery Plus with its lifestyle-driven options. We will have an enormous flexibility in how we package our streaming services, Zaslav said, adding that we will look at the range of options to unlock value here in the U.S. and around the world, including a super pack that combines all the assets in one service or a bundled offering similar to what Disney is doing with Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN.
That's smart because the Disney bundle with Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN, Disney's pushing that hard, and it's paying off well for them.
Also because sports is it has been declining in the United States.
Yeah.
So they need to find ways to market it because there's money there, but it's the popularity's
ESPN
been.
Plus is okay. They've been pushing UFC with ESPN Plus.
Yeah, what I want is esports. They got to get into the esports market, and then I think that would be an interesting way. But if you realize here, what it is that this whole company isn't about like. It's meant to be all encompassing. This is where I think they're spreading themselves too thin. Like I understand the need for CNN. I get it. But CNN should be its own thing. When you start trying to push like corporate media in with corporate storytelling in some kind of weird package system, it's like, I may want to get this bundle. I don't want to pay for CNN.
Wait. So Matt, you're saying that you don't like it when Sesame Street characters show up on CNN for specials to talk about issues in the real world?
I have my things. Okay. No. I like there's nothing wrong. Yeah, I mean, like, Elmo can show up and just go like, I'm Elmo and I want to talk to you about inappropriate touching.
They had a Sesame Street thing about vaccinations and stuff going on in the summer and all this.
But Sesame Street's always been like that. Do you remember how dark and bleak Sesame Street was during the AIDS crisis? It was bad. It was as bad as He-Man.
Didn't they have an AIDS Muppet?
As bad as He-Man.
Like a Muppet that had AIDS?
Yes, they have a Muppet now.
God.
They have a Muppet now. This wasn't during the AIDS crisis. They have a Muppet now that is HIV positive.
Well, there's a Muppet for everything. I mean, and that's fine.
I want to know how the Muppet got to be
it's very simple. It's just a fluid transmission is really what it is. It's I'm not like somebody, I mean, look, I'm not saying that.
I'm just cutting him off right there because I know he's going to go down a dark path. It's Matt Jarbo.
He's going to go down a dark butthole.
Matt.
I was gonna say was not bad. Not bad. But Sesame Street has gone the dark path. Like, they did a bit where they mocked the opening credit sequence to the girl with the dragon tattoo, and they've gone and they've made fun of True Blood by going to the bar. Yeah, they've done Game of Thrones. They've done all this kind of adulty stuff before. So Sesame Street's kind of navigated that for decades, and it's fine.
Literally, what did I just watch? No one would react like that. That's how you get slapped in the face. Like, this is exactly how it would go down.
It's like that Chappelle Show episode where,
Yeah, the knee-high park.
We're going to start seeing commercials like this.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
You got Charlie Murphy singing a song called "F It."
I thought that Matt might go down this route.
Hey, I want to show you the coolest song intro I ever wrote. I'm going to start with one finger on the G string. You're going to grab the G string and slowly slide it down and pull off the G string, and then get your hand on your D right there. Now, while your hand is on the D, you want to start sliding your pinky into the A up here. Okay, after you've slid your pinky into the A a couple times, you get a nice open A like this. All right, now the song gets a little strange here. All of a sudden, there's 4 BBCs that show up. So we have BBC, BBC, BBC. On this last BBC, I'm going to bend, so that's going to be a big bent BBC. And that's all warm up to get to F.
Oh, man.
Perfect.
There you go. Anyways, back to this real quick. I just want to close this out. It just talks about how AT&T's been trying to get out of this business here for a little while, out of the media business after getting Time Warner. I'm sorry, did you have something, Tyler?
No, I'm just really confused. I didn't know they advertise cigarettes like this.
Interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Buy two.
It just caught me off guard.
And I can tell you this, that has nothing to do with me because I don't smoke. Never smoked a day in my life. Never looked up a cigarette in my life.
Winston Salem.
I thought it, yeah.
And I don't take
Carolina.
That's awesome.
I don't take Metamucil either, so I'm not that old. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm an ex-smoker, so I just keep.
I didn't know that was legal. Like I thought, you can't advertise it on TV. I didn't know you could.
Yeah, you can advertise them on the internet. You can advertise anything on the internet. I mean,
right.
Like anything.
Cool. Yeah.
I mean, how many horny housewives are looking to meet you? Apparently a lot. Like all the time.
They're
it's
all
like,
in my area too.
It's
right around the
it's
corner.
so weird. I'm like, wow. Like,
are
this
you
is
prepared?
I kind of thought this was like
to meet horny housewives that you may know.
Yeah,
these horny housewives want to meet you. No, they're menthol. But did you hear?
I did not hear that.
Did I hear what?
Pow pow.
You froze.
You froze there for a second.
Frozen Jarbo.
Yeah, that happens. No, they're trying to ban. I forget who was trying to ban it, but menthols. They were trying to ban menthol cigarettes.
Yeah.
So the thing is, like,
where I am.
The thing, but here's. I'm just gonna say it. You're not far from Detroit. Yeah. So I mean, and in the African American community, menthols are a big sell, and so that's something that people have been talking about as being racist. Is like the targeting of the banning of those. So I could understand if they're based upon your geography, they could be trying to sell you some Winstons. But hey, there's never a bad time to start smoking.
Girls like menthols too.
Brian's like, I know because they're on all these ads for horny housewives in my area.
That's right.
Are they smoking menthols while in your area? That's the question. Yeah.
So let me tell you about this time I was in Tijuana, and
yeah, and he's gone again. No.
Oh my.
No, Ryan Hartwell here with a $5 super chat says the Flintstones, yes, also famously promoted Winston cigarettes back in the day. Yep, I remember that. I've seen that commercial. They literally did it live on the show. Well, not live, but it was on the broadcast. Yeah, I mean
that's crazy.
It is kind of crazy.
Movie with Thank You for Not Smoking. I kind of dug that movie quite a bit. Actually.
Didn't they in the 80s? Didn't they have like a cartoon special? Like all the famous cartoons came together to say no to drugs.
Yeah.
They did that.
Yeah, I remember when that aired. I was in Little League at the time, and we were doing like the photos, right? The team photos and stuff, and we had that whole big how to do in the morning. And I was like looking at my watch, like, can we hurry this thing the F along? I want to get home to watch cartoons because I really wanted to see that cartoon. And yeah, you can find it on YouTube now. I think the whole thing's on there. It's terrible, but it's got a good message, got a good heart.
It was almost as cool as those Dare shirts that we used to get, dude.
Oh, I miss Dare.
Oh man.
Oh man, Dare was awesome. It's like Dare to keep your kids off drugs, or
fun
don't.
Story. I won the Dare contest for best essay, so I got a trophy and a police badge.
Wow, that's
so you're a
awesome.
narc.
Nice.
So you're a narc.
Gosh,
what'd you write your essay on? Like the tenets of dialing 911.
I gotta go.
You do suck here says I only smoke Lucky Strikes. 4 out of 5 doctors recommend them. So
those were good smokes, man.
Oh god.
Looks like so that's basically what it talks about here. I mean, in this, and then there's a couple of things I want to show you guys. It says until the deal closes, we will fight to build the best discovery on a parallel track. So there's they're still going to go through. It's still got to go through.
Well, do you guys think this is a good thing or a bad thing? Like, because I'm
personally,
I want to wait.
Personally, I'll be honest with you. I'm just happy that they're doing anything different than what has been there, because I don't think that they've been on the right track for a while. And I'm hoping that this is a step in the right direction. You know what I mean? Here's something interesting that was sent. I'm trying to remember. Cinefinity, I believe, sent this, and so this is a kind of a breakdown of some of the viewership that they're looking at right now. So, like for Discovery Channel, they're 95 million households. Science Channel, 72 million households.
Oh, Travel Channel, dude, bro. I used to watch that all the time. Man, Bizarre Foods with the Andrew Zimmer. Oh man.
Oh, how much you want to bet they're going to start doing like a Travel to Westeros show, like exploring the Red Keep?
Oh man.
Did you guys hear my?
Isn't the History Channel part of this?
No, they're owned by. I thought they were. They're owned by A&E Network. Somebody corrected me.
Are they really?
Comcast. Yeah.
I mean, which is honestly, like, the History Channel is so awful now.
Yeah,
I swear to God, everything is aliens.
Ancient aliens all day, every day.
You don't like Pawn Stars and Pawn Stars, the car one, and all this.
Look, I love
show I've ever heard.
Look, I loved Pawn Stars. I actually have a video that I got to put up of me and my family. Of me and my family in Vegas this last year, and we went to Pawn Stars. We went to the, because I'm from Vegas, and so that was one of the cool things that I wanted to take the family to and just go out there, because I'd never been actually to the pawn shop. Like, it's such a scam. It like you go in there. It's
super tiny.
Oh, it's super tiny.
Did
it's
you
like
ever,
the smallest place on the planet, man.
Did you ever see though that they hired local comedians to for the show to come on in? Like, I've seen one where like one of the guys brought in this old busted up like Coca-Cola soda machine. Yeah. Right. And then they had it fixed up, and it was an entirely different model.
Yeah.
That they were trying to sell.
I was saying that show was fake. Like, the first time I saw it, like when it first aired. And,
lately it's been
my family got all mad.
Celebrities come in and bring stuff.
Yeah, people hate it when I say things are fake.
Yeah, my family really got angry at me because they're like super into that. Like,
it's fun.
Stuff.
It's
The
a fun
Curse of Joke
it's a fun
Island.
show, but you know what bugs me is okay, like like I also watched what was the Storage Wars for like the longest time, right?
Yep.
And I got
Storage Wars
and
is hilarious.
there was Storage Wars, and then there was another storage one. The other one was horribly written though. Like that one was like really bad. Like you didn't believe any of the, at least Storage Wars, like they kind of acted like it was kind of real, and they were doing their thing, and stuff. There was another, I can't remember, it was Storage something. And it was like so bad. But the funniest one I thought ever was like this guy. It was like this really cocky guy. And he had like this real trailer trash kind of girlfriend or wife or whatever that was always with him. And they were always talking smack about everybody. And he saw what he thought was a Lamborghini under this tarp. And he had kind of snuck in and looked underneath of it and saw this Lamborghini. And so like he was this big deal. He like spent thousands of dollars on supposedly on this on the thing, brought it out. It was a Lamborghini, all right, but it was a it was one of those project cars.
Oh,
like
kit cars.
Kit cars. Yes, it was a kit car. So it was a Fiero. It was an old Fiero, and it was the moment of reveal where they popped the popped the hood, and there's a 4-banger under there. And it was just, like, oh, I would still want it. I mean, I'd still drive it. Heck yeah, man, I'd drive that thing. Like, but the thing is like all those shows, like, so we went there and stuff, and I got to show the video. I got to put the video together. I was just talking about that last night. I never put the Vegas video together. We went all over the place and did a bunch of fun stuff. But the funny thing about going to Pawn Stars was that, yeah, it was just such a, I don't know, it was just kind of a disappointment. And what I was saying about that is like shows like Pawn Stars and like the Storage Wars thing, as a collector, I sometimes want to throw stuff through my TV. Like, seriously, like when somebody goes, oh, look, I got these Star Wars figures, man. And like, I want $5,000 for these. And then they do this whole promo thing explaining Star Wars figures throughout the last 30 years or whatever, 40 years. And it's like all of their information's wrong. It's like, well, let's get our expert, Joe, from down the street. And Matt, you're absolutely right. I've seen comedians on there. They're in Vegas.
Yeah.
They got this one comedian guy.
They post on Craigslist.
Yeah.
They post ads on Craigslist looking for these people. Reddit one time really broke it down, and they were just going after them. And it's like, again, all of this, like, people, I love the people that are like, no, but it's all real. It's like, no, it's not.
Chumley is not that interesting, and all those stories, man, are like, yeah. Which makes, Brian, you're right. It makes me laugh even more when I hear people say, well, wrestling's fake. Well, what are you watching? You're watching that.
Like,
so is Survivor.
Okay, so the way I see it is, all right, take a camera and bring it into your local pawn shop and tell me that's a show that you actually want to watch.
Nope.
No, it's not.
I used to go into pawn shops, man, and I would ask my friends like who worked there and stuff because I worked in the printing industry and I did printing for a lot of local pawn shops, and I would go and talk to them like, so does anything interesting ever happen around here like that? And they're like, nope.
Yeah.
Like,
nope. Of course they're it's got to be
it's got to be wedding rings.
It's got to be pumped up and like and fake. Yeah, in the same way wrestling is fake, right? Yeah, it's all entertainment. But like, don't buy into it. Like, just know that you're
here in Detroit. We had
hardcore pawn.
Hardcore pawn. So here's the crazy thing. Tiffany and I, we got this up on our wall actually because Tiffany and I were invited. You know how they have those like private little resort places where people can camp and do things, and they've got like different places. So a friend of mine invited me and Tiffany to come and like go swimming with them because there's this one not too far from here, and they were going to be up here, and they're from another part of the state. So they were like, hey, we're going to be there. Come visit us. So we did. We went swimming. We were cooking out and stuff with them and stuff. And so then like we're coming out of the pool area and stuff. And there's like the cousin who was on the last season of that show who was like actually like normal, like they made the daughter out to be like absolutely crazy, and she was. But the cousin was there, and I'm like, I keep looking at this lady, and I'm like, I know her from somewhere. And Tiffany goes, yeah, it's the chick from Hardcore Pawn, because Tiffany and I watched it. I mean, it was based here in Detroit. You can go there right now, I mean, and it's funny. But so we met her and we talked to her about a little bit about that. When you meet people like that out in the wild, they give you a little bit of the tea.
Out in the wild.
They give you a little bit of the tea, and stuff. And it's obviously, they're
like when you go to the mall and it's like Santa. It's like, I'm not fucking Santa. Okay.
I'm not really Santa.
Not really Santa. Your parents just don't love you.
Matt
but you
Jarbo, a pillar and a beacon of hope and love for everyone.
You know what, man? Half my job was about destroying people's existences, and I always didn't like that because it was funny. Here, y'all want to see something real and not fake? Check this out.
That is a nice shirt right there.
Oh, it's a Matt Jarbo shirt. Look at that.
I'm wearing my face on my shirt. I got sent a Boulder T-shirt, a Uniboulder shirt a long time ago.
Nice.
I just found it again.
I want to play this video because I think it's important. But first, Peter Rabbit's Defender with the $4.99 super chat says, "What's the deal with Dune?" Deadline said it's no longer day and date on HBO Max, but Joanna F said it's still on
HBO Max.
HBO Max, yeah. This is big screens required.
Yeah, all the Warner people are saying that Deadline got the story wrong. They're still planning to do both HBO Max and theaters day and date. But Deadline is saying no, that's only going to go to theaters. So I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. Yeah, so as far as I know, Peter Rabbit's Defender, it's still going to HBO Max. That's what I saw today said it was still going to HBO Max. That could be wrong, but I don't know.
Why don't you just super chat that to my stream, H Points? No, Uber Eats does not own Warner Brothers that I know of. There you go.
Yeah, H Barts.
But here's but real quick though, on the thing with the Dune situation, I think it is gonna if Keelar is looking for his way out, they're gonna already alter everything. Theaters are coming back. That's what they're gonna say. They're gonna use it as a sign of confidence that theaters are back.
So is that gonna happen for Matrix 4?
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Like I think even Suicide Squad is gonna end up being theaters only for 45 days. I think that's gonna be.
Think so?
Yeah, because
I think it's too soon. Like the fall, I think makes sense. Like August,
fall may be fine. Maybe Suicide Squad will be the last one. But if they start marketing that thing now, that gives them 2 months, and they can market.
By the way, H Barts, I like it when you drop super chats here. And like, who else sends you stuff just because I like you, man? Your stuff's coming in the mail. But by the way,
nice job. Wow, nice job. Very nice. Very nice.
Wait, what do you mean send them here?
Oh no, no. I meant. Did I say send them here? I meant I send you stuff. H Barts lives here in the same state that I'm in.
No. Like because Matt said. Oh. Matt said.
Oh, so H Barts gives. He's very generous on both Enosh and I's channel, and there's a little bit of like a running gag, so to speak, with that. So like a couple weeks ago, H Barts dropped like $100 on my channel. Very graciously one night, thank you. And he said, "Make sure Enosh sees this."
Oh, okay.
You know, and so it's one of those.
And then the next week he came onto my channel. He dropped $100 here.
Yeah.
And he's
so
like,
my God.
So it's kind of an inside. It's a weird inside joke. It's a very odd.
Okay.
Very odd, monetarily based joke, but we love him for it.
I love H Barts, and he's great.
I thought you were somehow streaming this on yours as well.
No. I streamed for a bit.
No, he's not Andy Signor.
Who?
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys. Maybe I should introduce you later. I'll show you some videos. No. Yeah, it's become a funny thing. H Barts is.
Hey, H Barts. I do have a YouTube channel. You know,
it's funny because his bank has actually like canceled his like his cards and stuff, like turned him off because but we're very thankful for H Barts and
I like to give him a hard time.
And he loves Kermit the Frog, and I found some stuff while out and about shopping the other day, and I was like, you know what, I'm sending that to H Barts. So
suck up, you suck up.
Hey man, it's not that I care about my viewers.
Yeah,
I care about my viewers.
I love it.
Care about my viewers. I've done it. I've done. I care about my viewers, and I gladly do that for people. Sometimes I just care about people. So, there you go. I care about this guy right here next to me. Love that guy, and he produces a show, and I just love him. Every once in a while, I just send him something too because he's a good guy. He helps me out. Ryan here with a $5 super chat says the only reality show I watch is Treehouse Masters. They did one of their shows here around where I live actually, and you can still go out. There's a public nature preserve, and they put in one of their tree houses at a place here nearby me on Animal Planet. Pete Nelson lives in my area. Oh, and I went to school with his sons. That's kind of cool. Living in the trees. TJ with another $5 Canadian super chat. Thank you, sir. Says, are they going to have a 30 to 45 day window or disregard the service? I don't think I think the Suicide Squad will be a little too early for for that
Sure.
personally, but you know,
I mean, look, it all depends on their stock price today. You know what I mean? Like the thing is HBO Max as we know it, according to what we've seen today, is a failure. It's a failure. According to what we've seen today, they're treating it like it's a failure, which means that Jason Keelar's decisions, as bold as they are considered failures. And as a result of that, he's gonna take the hit for it, which means they're gonna have to reverse course. Because remember, what RJ said is that maybe people out there want like a steady hand, you know, like a return to norm, which would be a decent sized window between theatrical and release and streaming release. Because remember, it used to be like movie would come out 6 months later, you would have the movie on home video,
Disney,
and then 5 months later, it'd be on cable.
Well, even Disney has shrunk their theatrical window for Shang-Chi and something else. It's like 45 days. Oh,
Well,
Free
45,
Guy.
45 days for Shang-Chi and for Free Guy. And the thing is, even with the fact that the CDC has pulled back a lot of these mask guidelines for saying if you're fully vaccinated, and a lot of people have been fully vaccinated, a lot of people are full of it.
I'll get fully vaccinated next Sunday.
Yeah, I get mine. Yeah, I get mine on Sunday as well.
I've been for a couple of months now. So
yeah, me too.
Yeah,
So
I'm just because we just got it here in Washington. Finally, could get to the point of where I could get it, but you know, it's like the theaters are opening back up. More people are going. I mean, I was at the park yesterday, and it was like it was busy, and like no one wore a mask, and everyone's just kind of trying to put it past them at this point.
Yeah.
And so the studios are like, look, people are going to be willing to spend money. We're going to see that economic upswing. So why not, you know, run these restrictions, but get people back into theaters and stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they start pulling back on that.
That's
I'm sorry. Go
okay.
ahead.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
That's why I mean, like, so we've been working with Showcase Cinemas. It's like it's the fifth largest in the country.
Yeah.
And you know, that was like our whole thought process behind it. Now I don't know about you guys. I was not a fan of the dual release. I don't think it was beneficial to theaters. And I mean, I mean, what did you guys think? Because I mean,
I was against it.
personally.
I was against it. I still am theoretically against it. Right.
Okay.
Like I see how they're making money at it. I get it that they're making money. But I'm against it from a theater perspective because I love the theater. I'm around the corner from a theater. I don't want that theater to close. I've seen enough places close around where I live, and you know, I live just outside of Flint, Michigan. I've seen enough places get closed down left and right because of you know, industries moving out and different things. And I've talked to the manager there, and yeah, I mean, he's flat out told me, like, you know, they're not excited about it, about that dual release thing at all. You know, I mean, like, they're happy that they're getting something, but the reality is I mean, they're trying to come up with every possible thing that they can to just get butts in the door, man, you know. And I mean,
like I said, hire a comedian.
Yeah, imagine a world where you can't take your partner or your kids or whatever, you know, whoever you're taking, a friend, or going by yourself. I go by myself sometimes.
Oh, me too.
To a movie theater, like if we allow this, like, to take over these streaming services, and like it's a really dangerous thing, because I don't want to live in a world that I can't go to an IMAX screen or whatever theater is your local theater. Like, I don't want to live in that world where I can't. So I will go out and support them. I'm not going to watch it at home. Basically,
the thing is,
I have avoided seeing things at home. I'm right there with you. I have avoided like Army of the Dead. I went to see Army of the Dead just a couple days ago, right before. And obviously, it's not on Netflix yet, but I did that when Wonder Woman came out, even though it was available on Christmas Day for me to watch from my house. My theater opened, and I told everybody, and I was going to do this. I had plans to literally drive to Ohio to make a 6-hour one-way drive to go see Wonder Woman with some friends of mine in Ohio before watching it on HBO Max. And that's my commitment to it. There was what was another film that just came out recently? Mortal Kombat. Kong. I couldn't. Yeah. Oh, Kong versus Godzilla. Yeah. Kong versus Godzilla. That was actually my first one that I didn't do that because honestly, I couldn't find a time to get to the theater, and my family ended up like caving, you know, like my family wanted to watch it so bad. And so, and I just couldn't get to the theater. And so that was kind of where I was at with that. Yeah.
I'll call your 90% though. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Like, you watch one at home. And that's not bad. It's just we can't get too complacent with this.
I agree.
It
But the
happened
thing
for
is,
COVID.
I mean, come on. I've spent a lot of years working in theaters. Okay, a lot of years. The reality of it is this: families go to theaters, right? Or people will justify the more luxury experience. But where we find ourselves now is going to be a very different place, and that is just the truth of it. People have spent a year away; they've learned to live without it, and it's fun to go back. I had a blast with Army of the Dead the other night. And I've been wanting to go back and see Spiral and everything else that's playing right now. But how many people out there are going to bring their kids in? How many people out there are going to really going to do that? And that's going to be the big issue, especially as provided they have to keep distancing people and going through the cleaning process after every show.
But it's not really that bad, dude. I've talked to the manager there, and they'll
make it
they're
work.
up
They'll,
on it.
They'll make it work. Yeah, no, I'm not saying, and that's good that they are, and it's great. They've had time to plan for it. But as a result of that, things are shrinking. Like my theater doesn't do a late night show. 7:00 is the last show of the night.
Yes.
You know.
Well, yeah, because there's less people going. I mean, so
and that sucks because I want to go to the 10:00 show. Like I want to go to the 10:00 show because that's what works better for me.
But I mean, when I went to go see Army of Darkness, I went to an 8:45 show.
Yeah.
Army of Darkness.
Army of the Dead. I'm sorry.
I wish you could see Army of Darkness in theaters.
I know, right?
I saw a double feature of Evil Dead and Army of Darkness last summer at the drive-in.
Yes,
that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Real quick here, Big Dub reactions. Yes, I agree with you. Wrestlers actually get hurt. I don't like the term fake when it comes to wrestling because it's pre-scripted. But people are amazing at what they do in the ring, and I always stand by that as a longtime wrestling fan. I mean, and obviously we believe in that here at the channel. I mean, look at this guy, for goodness sake. He's wearing our Poindexter Lounge.
Yes.
NWO style,
homage, yes.
Man.
That's what I'm saying, man. So, so I totally agree with you on that, man, for sure.
But can I quickly say though, AG here, Zeno, if his theater experience is too sticky,
oh boy,
stop going to those theaters, man.
Yeah, you're at the wrong theater.
Like you got your phone in a bathroom. Just let it go.
Hold on. I know that's the joke, but that is a big issue, though. Theater cleanliness is a big issue, and it turns people away from going. That's a big issue in those bigger cities, man.
That was a big issue to make these theaters more premier. I mean, let's be honest. Cleanliness in the theater has always been a bit of an issue for people, and it's just been getting worse over time. So this isn't going to make it any better.
You would not believe what I cleaned up.
Look, I think that this will make it better because I think going forward there's going to be such a
predominant cleaning.
Yes. There's going to be such an emphasis on making sure that between showings of films and different things that the theater is clean, that it is presentable.
Making sure people aren't using their phones and talking.
Yeah,
that too, I think
to point to Enosh's point though, you got to remember though, before COVID, they had 15-year-old kids going in with brooms before COVID. Now they have literal like sanitization experts. At least the one that near me.
My team. I talked to the manager.
Certified COVID cleaners now.
Yep, they had to get certified in cleaning everything. You're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right.
I would say, listen. Like I said, I've been working alongside Showcase for each tentpole film that comes out. I have literally never. I mean, our theaters are typically pretty clean here in Boston anyway. I've never really had that problem, but I mean, it's been off the charts clean every single time I went. Yeah, less people, but I mean, I'm happy. I feel safe there, and that's what we're trying to do is portray that if I feel safe, and if you don't have any pre-existing like issues, like you should feel.
Yeah,
you can feel safe.
Look, if you feel safe going out of your house at all, you should feel safe. Being able to go to theaters with all the cleanliness things in process right now.
Well, I mean this is a respiratory thing. So it is, if you're outside versus inside, it's all about the ventilation.
Well, ventilation.
I know what you mean.
I mean, if you're going to the store or you're packed in other places with lots of people, it's all relative, and you just have to take the precautions. You just have to take the precautions.
With the stores though, but with the stores, you're constantly moving. This is a sedentary, you're there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
I get it. But you know what? The thing is like anywhere you are, if you're taking the precautions, if you're social distancing, if you're wearing a mask, if you're, you know,
no, I get that. I still wore my mask during the movie. I still wore my mask during Army of the Dead when I wasn't eating my popcorn.
Not-
you know,
not
but then
to-
I was like the only one though. Like,
Yeah, not to
you know?
plug Showcase like for the 900th time, but they spent upwards of like $10 million with new ventilation in all their theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like
if-
my church that I'm a part of right now, literally they went through and they bought this like state-of-the-art ventilation system for the entire building for that purpose as well. You know, that supposedly like does something to the atoms in the air even and stuff, you know, just to make people feel, you know, like, look, this is, you know, we're taking this serious, you know.
Yeah,
but I mean, that's the
So
thing.
you,
We're
you
taking it
plug in the
serious.
THC cartridge before the show, and
That's
everyone
the thing.
comes in and chills out.
That's the thing, Enosh. You need to show your crowds or your audience, for lack of a better term, that you do care.
Yes.
And if you show them, listen, we're not taking this lightly or as like even remotely like a joke. We're just as committed to your safety, because face it, when we go to the movie theater, our focus should not, I can't stress this enough, not be on anything besides the film. So if you're sitting there wondering if you're going to be sick, that of course that's going to turn people
You're not
off.
going to enjoy a movie if you're sitting
There's
there
no
worrying
way.
about being
There's no way.
sick.
Yeah.
All right,
So
couple here that I just want to get to real quick. Jose, so with 499 super chat, I don't know if this is a true representation of where we've been, because he says here's Snyder fandom in Hama, in Sar, in Ki Yish, in Zaslav we trust. I don't remember anybody saying in Hamada we trust.
No.
I don't remember anybody trusting Hamada from the get-go. Absolutely nobody trusted Sarnoff. Sarnoff made her
we
first
wrote letters
appearance.
to Armada and Sarnoff, and both snubbed us.
Sarnoff showed her colors from the very first moment she opened her mouth. Keelar, Keelar has had a huge impact on the fact that we got the Snyder Cut to begin with.
He was a fan,
and he was a fan, and he has been a supporter, and even now, with what's going on, it still remains to be seen where Keelar is going to fall in this. Zaslav, though, I'm going to show you a video here in just a second, because I've been meaning to get to this, but I wanted to just get through these last couple before anybody else gives one, which I'm fine with, but obviously, but you know, we want to get through it. First of all, Dat Dude Vince, a new member of the channel. Welcome, Dat Dude Vince.
Welcome.
Dat Dude Vince is a good guy. He used to have the screen name Street Corner Becky, for those of you who remember. Happy belated birthday to you. I said happy birthday to him the other day. I was on his I went to his Twitch and said happy birthday to him. Always good to have you here, sir. Glad to have you as a member of the channel. Thank you so much again, man. And then H Bart's here with a $5 super chat, says people say wrestling is fake, yet watch Endgame. I just wish we could see RJ's face at that. Oh, there it is. Oh, look at him. Oh, he personifies this comment. I don't even have to play a clip. It's there.
That's perfect. That is perfect.
Somebody just clip that right there. Yeah, we can even see the super chat in his glasses. Yeah, it's a twofer. It's a twofer.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. Hey, Peter Rabbit's Defender is another new member. Hey, look at there. They all start coming in droves.
Pow.
Pow. Welcome.
All it takes is one.
That's right. One day, Matt will be a member of the channel.
Gosh, I wanted to know if I could.
I don't make enough money for that.
I wanted to know if I could take this moment to plug the show that we're going to have together on June the 1st.
Yeah, sure, man.
And make a couple of quick announcements. On June the 1st, Enosh is going to be appearing on the Zod Rider Show live stream for the very first time.
Heck
and
yeah.
I'm going to be raffling off 3 very amazing prizes. So I was thinking maybe I could mention and show those really briefly before we get back to this here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be right back.
What we're going to raffle off is, starting here, third prize is going to be Star Wars The Skywalker Saga with all 9 movies for people that are interested in all of the Skywalker films. Second prize is the despecialized edition of the Star Wars trilogy, all 3 of the movies before George Lucas started messing with them. And first prize, the grand prize, is going to be the very hard to find Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice 4K Ultra HD. I'm going to be raffling off all three of these on June the 1st, to commemorate the first time that Enosh is going to be on the Zod Rider Show live stream. So
I desperately need
definitely make sure. Yeah, definitely make sure you tune into that if you want to. If you want to enter, it's going to be a little bit of a contest that me and Enosh are going to kind of work out here, and the winners will be announced at the end of the Zod Rider Show on June the 1st. So that's really
awesome, man.
That's really what I think those prizes are appropriate, considering where we come from as Star Wars fans, and of course big Zack Snyder fans.
Heck yeah. And you know what? I want to say
I definitely want to win that despecialized, man. That's awesome.
I want to say I've been having a blast lately. I've been on a lot of people's streams lately. I was on RJ's stream earlier today. I was on. What did you have there, Matt?
Oh, I also have the 4K.
Oh, nice.
Maybe you'll win one of the other prizes.
I want the Star Wars.
Which one?
I don't care.
I literally had somebody message me the other day and say, "Hey,
9-disc set with all the films, or the despecialized edition that has
probably the despecialized edition would be the one that I would want to go for.
The trilogy, yeah. And that's the enter. The first prize is the Zack Snyder Batman v Superman. Second prize is the despecialized Star Wars, and the third prize is the 9-disc all Skywalker saga.
And our consolation prize, The Greatest American Heroes Season 2.
That's awesome.
Hey, that's a great show, though.
Oh, it is.
It is a great show.
Heck yeah, it is.
Well, I could also offer the Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull graphic novel.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you know what? Let's see. What can I?
I think Enosh is gonna win this one.
Well, I mean,
no, he 100% is.
Yeah.
I could offer the Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull riff tracks digital file. Can I do that? No. Let's see. What else do I have here that I can give away?
I get my 4K of Indiana Jones in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Nice.
So can I put an introductory?
I've got a 10-inch He-Man now.
Oh, there you go. That's awesome. That is brilliant.
I'm sorry. So what were you saying there, Tyler?
Can I put an introductory offer up for all three, like right now?
Sure, man.
No, Zod Rider. We just won't do the raffle. I'll buy them from you now.
Oh,
no!
We'll have nothing for June 1st.
I'm not putting up anything for sale. But sir, if you are interested, you just gotta tune in. You just gotta tune in on June 1st, man, and you'll have a chance to win. Everybody who's in the chat that day is gonna have an opportunity to win awesome. one of the sets.
Just saying, we can work something out right now if you know. No, all right.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna be on Zod Rider's channel on the 1st. I was on Pop Culture Corner just a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. And that was when we were talking Star Wars, and I had a blast over there. Those guys really get it. I've been on Matt Jarbo's channel many times. Oof. I've been on RJ's channel a few times now. Now I'm just kind of waiting for my buddy Brian to ask me to come over and do something on his channel. I've never been on Brian Master of None's channel.
Wow, I was on Brian Master of None's channel not too long ago, and I had a blast. Brian is incredible.
I was on his channel too. We did
he has a great stream. He does a great stream, Brian. Yes,
that sounds like a clip right there. He's got a great stream. So
he's got a great stream.
We have a little hey guys, I got to bounce. So I got to go take care of my kids.
All right,
Matt. I've been trying to show this video for the last half hour.
I've already seen it. We showed it on my stream where we showed the whole stream.
Matt, make sure you come to the Zod Rider show on the 1st.
What day is that? Let me just double check.
June 1st. That's Tuesday.
Tuesday. Okay.
It's a massive thing, and so I want to see his thing.
I guess that's how we're going to get the Star Wars, is we have to see Zod Rider's thing. That's the
you got to watch Zod Rider's
that's
thing.
Gonna be he's gonna be like, count the freckles.
For sure. Sure, why not?
All right, guys, I'll see you.
All right, man. See. All right. So I want to get to this video because
Have a good night,
this video is very interesting from David Zaslav. I mean, it kind of goes with that last super chat there, talking about like in Zaslav we trust. And I'm not ready to just throw my full hat in the ring on this and just be like, yeah, this is what it is. But this is from him and him being on CNBC today. And so let's take a listen.
That Warner, together with Discovery.
Oops, from the beginning here. If I can get to the beginning, there it is. All right, I love playing stuff from Twitter. Did I ever mention that? I just absolutely
Twitter's
love.
media player is horrible.
It's not as bad as Facebook, but I don't even understand why Facebook even has a video option. Like it never works right, and it sucks. And so
Media side, but that we're probably the best media company in the world with the greatest IP, the most iconic IP. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Sex and the City, Entourage, Game of Thrones, and this idea of a full-on global IP company and the ability to take 71% of the AT&T shareholder base and together really assure that Warner, together with Discovery, will be a really strong global force, but also that the vision for John and I was the number one telecommunications company in the world and the number one media company in the world. Media side, but that we're probably the best media company in the world.
That's actually a great statement.
Iconic IP.
Right here. I love this.
Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Sex and the City.
Sex in the City.
Game of
I mean,
there you go.
What I took away from is that he really loves Sex in the City and Entourage.
But
he loves Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, and he loves sex. Sounds cool.
Yeah, that was
and
the
Game
very
of
first
Thrones.
thing he said, though.
Yeah,
The very first thing he said was
huge,
Batman,
though.
Superman, and Wonder Woman.
But that's
Very first thing he
huge. That's
said.
huge. That's the first thing that comes to his mind when he thinks about this IP that they're acquiring.
Enosh,
is the Trinity.
Does that not give you hope? Does that not give you hope
does.
for the Snyderverse? I mean, honestly, that's where I'm at. I'm
okay.
like,
So let's just compare things. And I'm not trying to look too much into this and whatnot. And I was hoping that Matt would have still been here to be able to kind of like rebut me if he wanted to, because I'm not an echo chamber. I try to let everybody have their point of view. But when we hear him say also in that article that they want to be a destination that people seek them out, that has creativity, flexibility, all those things that we see that Zach did not get from the people who were in charge, and we're calling the shots, and we're now seeing this, that they're going to be one culture, one new thing going forward. All I'm saying is that I'm not claiming that he's coming out and saving the Snyderverse. I'm not claiming any of that. I'm just saying that sounds to me like, because he said that they recognize the issues that Warner Media has had with creative, with the creatives, right? And when you look at it, when I look at that shows me it's not just about Christopher Nolan. Okay, it's not just about Christopher Nolan or the guy who did Dune. It's also about people like Ray Fisher, right? It's like people like Ray Fisher, Zack Snyder, right? Those are all compiling things that have piled up and given Warner Media this issue that they've had over the last year or so. And if he is telling me as a CEO that he's aware of these things, that they want to be a place where these creatives have flexibility, have the ability to grow and do the things that they need to do, then yeah, I think there's some hope there, especially when the guy comes out and the first three things he mentions are Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. He's very aware.
Yeah.
So
don't you see this as like they're like AT&T saying, we gave Warner Media a chance to make it work, and they did all kinds of crazy stuff. They did all kinds of shenanigans. They weren't successful. They tried to bury the Snyder Cut. They tried to bury the numbers and everything. And so this merger happening means that HBO Max really wasn't the success that they wanted it to be.
Exactly.
So I'm starting to really believe that this is once again AT&T stepping in. This is once again John Stankey putting his foot down, saying, you know what? You guys weren't doing it. We're thinking bigger than this, and you're spending all this time, Warner Brothers, Warner Media is spending all this time trashing this poor guy, torturing this poor guy who just wants to give fans what they want. And now you got the fans hating us. You've got the filmmakers leaving left and right. You know, this is not the way to run a company.
Exactly.
This is not a way to do things.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I feel like AT&T. It's kind of brilliant actually, because when you think about it, it's almost like AT&T's like gave them enough rope, gave Hamada and Emmerich and all them enough rope to hang themselves.
They gave them
and
the
said,
chance.
okay, let's see what you guys are going to do. And then as the months went on, and as they weren't really doing anything,
they weren't helping AT&T clear.
No,
AT&T was in so much debt, and nothing was getting done.
They weren't doing anything. They weren't helping in any way. And then in the meantime, Zack Snyder's Justice League is doing bang up numbers all over the world. HBO Max has got some sort of gag order where Warner Brothers won't let them release whatever the true numbers are.
Even Zach is coming out saying, like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand what their problem is.
They
why
hate
they're
me. Yeah.
And he talks about how they're anti-Snyder, and then they actually come out, like you said, Enosh, and make it a point to mention that they want to have better relationships with creatives and things like that. They want it to be a place where people are welcome.
Warner Media burned bridges.
I think we have hold on. I think we have breaking. This is actual footage of these comments right here, having the opposite view.
You take your 33 and a third chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 and a third chance of winning at sacrifice. But then you take my 75% chance of winning if we used to go one-on-one and then add 66 and 2/3.
You do you, boo, right?
That's just the way I look at it. Like, I really don't care what other people have to say about it. Like,
I don't either.
anybody who comes at me and says, "Oh, you're just a Snyder shill. You'll say anything to support Snyder." Well, I think that's obviously not true. I've had my own opinions over the last, and by the way, I will not say people's names, but I've had a lot of people, strangely, and not so strangely, I mean, it just is what it is, apologize to me because this last week over a great deal many things. Regarding different people and different things that people have said about me, because here's the deal. I'm just who I am, and I'm going to say what I feel. And this is something that I love. This is something that I have loved. This is something that I fully support. And I think is worth supporting. And until, you know, and like I said, it's beyond even a movie or a TV show. And I've even said, like, even if it's not a movie, fine. If it's not a TV show, fine. If it's a comic book, like I said, if it's puppets, I don't care. I just want to see Zack Snyder's vision. Sue me, come at me. Like why? Why be so mad at me? Because I just want to see something, and others want to see this too. Tyler, what were you saying?
So if we think about HBO Max as a company since its debut, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we think about maybe what was the closest thing that we have from they both start at the same time, right? Is Disney and HBO Max. We could just say that. For HBO Max, they pretty much promised us a place for, I mean, all of our favorite things. Not only do we have Game of Thrones, but now we were going to get expanded DC content that was going to interconnect all this. They were just like promising everything, and the fan base that they're talking to is now potentially talking about boycotting them. And when you hear that word boycott, it really scares you as a company, because of course, boycott is a boycott, right? And you've literally taken the fans that you got so excited last year at maybe fandom, those same fans you now spit in their face countless times. And the Snyder fandom has proven time and time again that if you make the content, they'll be there to support it.
Yes.
And it's like Warner Media just wouldn't accept that we were a legitimate thing, and that we were going to be there if they restored the Snyderverse. They're toting the multiverse and then telling us that the one thing that we want that can't exist. Sorry, that's not going to make us any money. But when we've told them a million one times that
and
take my
downplaying
money.
us over and over again,
Yes.
Tyler, trying to say that we're a small little fraction of a group and whatnot, and it's been proven. It's very obvious that this is not this. Now, I want to say this because I know my buddy here is getting tired. Brian, no, it's all right, Brian. Hey, I want to give you your proper send off, man, because we're not going to go too long tonight either. But I know that I don't want you falling asleep like Max or Eddie on the channel.
No, the reason I was trying to take a nap earlier today, and then I was on a stream earlier, and I'm just like,
yeah, you know the drill, man. You got to take that nap early in the afternoon so that you can be on here because you're not a vampire like me.
I tried.
Man, wide awake, man. Rock star.
But no, as far as this last video, I didn't see it yet today. So, no, that definitely it kind of bodes well for everything going forward. I mean, like I said, it seems like more content for a bigger, better streaming platform. And if it trickles all the way down to DC, great. If it doesn't, then oh well, kind of deal. And
well, I think it's good too that like even though the article doesn't mention DC is the first thing on this guy's brain when he's talking.
Yeah,
well, because I mean, let's be honest. I mean,
inside his bread is buttered on.
It's one of the best IPs they have.
It's been around for like 80, 90 years.
Yeah, well, it's the most relevant one at the moment. Like, I mean, think about it. Comic book movies are the gold standard right now. Yeah. And that's basically what they have and all they have, because nobody's really interested in Harry Potter going forward. Some of the other stuff, I mean, even the Hobbit stuff, it's like yawn.
I know. I hear people going on and on about like the Lord of the Rings stuff, but honestly, like I just haven't
gotten on Amazon Prime. We'll watch it.
I know, but I'm just saying, like there's. Well, I mean, you mentioned Harry Potter, for example, and
we're just talking about Warner IP, and like half of them aren't even on HBO Max right now. So it's like, no.
That's not the problem.
Aren't the Harry Potter movies all on Peacock right now?
Yep.
And they're going to be on
which makes no sense.
You can watch it for free with ads.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm totally down, man. You know what? Then we could have the inclusion of this guy right here.
Hell yeah.
Wayne T. Carr voicing.
Hell yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, the amount of money that they can dump into this situation, money that wasn't there with AT&T. No,
logically,
the game is
so
changing.
Stupid.
Look, it's my Henry Cavill Shazam Superman, right? Let me show you.
It's the opposite.
It's my Henry Cavill Shazam Superman.
Wow, he's 10 inches tall.
Well, this guy's 7 inches tall. He's a little smaller than my 10-inch Superman. But there's a reason why I'm only showing you
smaller than your 10-inch.
This is going to be a custom, actually. I'll show you real quick. Where'd it go? Oh, yeah, I've got a Christopher Reeve head that I'm going to be painting.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
And putting on this because I had an extra figure, and so when it's said and done, he'll have a little thing that holds his head up a little bit more. But
there you go.
Heck yeah.
That's cool.
All right, fellas. I'll see you guys next time.
Brian,
Take it easy.
guys, go subscribe to Brian's channel, Brian, Master of None.
I'll do something tomorrow afternoon. Come on by, watch me play some video games. We'll have some fun.
There you go. There you go. And we got to figure out a thing, dude. If we talk about Star Trek, whatever we talk about, man.
Yeah, what I want to do is I want to discuss some of the Star Trek movies. Maybe we'll get together.
Oh yeah,
heck yeah, man. Let's do it.
We'll do some chit chatting. All right, fellas.
Tamar took off.
See you, Brian.
All right.
Later, Brian.
Right. But yeah, Ryan, thank you for the $5 super chat. Yes, imagine a marionette puppet show of Justice League, and it was created by Julie Taymor. Boy, that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Awesome.
But no, I look at this news today. I just think it's funny because everybody who's been touting ever since Ann Sarnoff came out and was just like, Walter Hamada doesn't want it. Ann Sarnoff doesn't want it. Toby Emmerich doesn't want it. You all just need to shut up and go away because nothing's ever going to change that. They're never going to change. It's nothing ever is going to change. And then it's like, guess what? The whole company is going to change now. Yeah. And the entire direction of the company is going to change. And the entire culture of the company is going to change. And the vision of the company is going to change. And yes, possibly some of these people in power could even end up changing.
I just don't like that. I just don't like that. Basically, I mean, I'm sure you guys remember fandom when the literal words came out of the mouths was everyone will have their own Batman or Superman. You'll have your own hero that you can call yours.
That's a
and
great
then
point.
when we directly tell them Ben Affleck's my Batman, Henry Cavill's my Superman, those are the people I want. Yeah, you can have Tyler Hoechlin or Hecklin as your Superman or Robert Pattinson as your Batman. You're toting the multiverse, but then you're not delivering on that. Like, Ben is my Batman. I want to see where his story goes. We only got a little bit way into it. I want to see where that finishes. So I just I don't like false promises.
Yeah. No, that's a great point. And and I don't think actually in all the conversations that I've had, I don't think, Tyler, that I've heard anybody bring that up. Because honestly, I've known that, and I was there watching it with everybody else, but seriously, you're absolutely right. That's what we were told. That is the promise we were given. That was going to be the beauty of this. I think that's the beauty of the multiverse. I'm down for the multiverse. I know Matt Jarbo hates the multiverse idea, but I'm down with the multiverse idea. I'm fine with that. Because that opens up the door for all these different things. That's why you can have a Black Superman movie with Val Zod or Calvin Ellis or whatever and bring those in, but actually taking a character that actually exists and building them up, we've joked a lot about the Blue Beetle thing because I just don't think the Blue Beetle thing is going to go anywhere.
It's an HBO Max movie though? It's a straight to streaming movie like they're saying it's going to be?
Well, is that what they're saying now?
Yeah, they're saying it's going to be an HBO Max stream movie because the plan is for DC. Hamada said 4 theatrical, 2 HBO Max, or more experimental movies.
I think that's a smarter place to put it because I don't think that's not $1 billion. If the mark that we've been told is, to Zack Snyder is it's got to be $1 billion. They're never going to make $1 billion off that movie because nobody knows who Blue Beetle is. Look, the diehards like us who love comic books, we know who Blue Beetle is. So don't come at me and be like, you don't know who Blue Beetle is. I know who Blue Beetle is. The point is, I would love to see a Blue Beetle Booster Gold movie. I think that'd be fantastic. I'd be totally down with that. And I saw the people that I'd love to do it are Bill Hader and what's his name from the Lonely Island. Oh God, Andy Samberg. That comedic duo together would be fantastic. But I digress. I think that if you're going to do it, you have to do it as an HBO Max thing. But even then, I think they would be better served first, introduced on a show, or introduced in some way, introduce the character so people know who he is or care about him instead of just be like Blue Beetle, and it's everybody's like, who? The diehards will be there, because we love DC. But I think some of these characters you got to introduce them in a
what though, Nick Hammond does bring up a good point though. Guardians of the Galaxy. They weren't introduced in any movies beforehand. They just straight up launched them and nobody knew who they were. And somehow it worked. It paid off.
Well, okay.
Marvel had a
Yeah, but they were never in any movies. They never
no, I get it. But Marvel had already established themselves as being must-see movies. Like you needed to see each movie, and that's the only reason why Captain Marvel made $1 billion. Nobody went to go see Captain Marvel because they love Captain Marvel. They went to go see Captain Marvel because they felt like it was the lead into Endgame, and they had to go see it. That movie does not make anywhere near $1 billion if it's not part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And listen, I was one of those. RJ, I will give you absolute credit for where you're coming from with that, because I did not know who the Guardians of the Galaxy were. I had never read a Guardians of the Galaxy comic book. I had no clue who they were. And then I went to go see the movie. And you know why I went to see the movie? Because it was a Marvel movie. Yep. And because I had buy-in at that point, and we all had buy-in at that point.
Yeah, when you have 10 years of established continuity, you have
and that was the thing. And so I had buy-in, Marvel had already established themselves that they were telling a bigger, broader story, and you wanted to be a part of it. Now, the beautiful thing about that is when I went to go see Guardians of the Galaxy, I fell in love with Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's still one of my favorite Marvel movies because I love the characters. I think the comedy works in that most of all, with Star-Lord and everything, and I dig it. But Blue Beetle is not the same, though. Blue Beetle is not the same as that, where you can't, because DC characters are just more serious. They're more more grounded, and for somebody to take something seriously, they almost have to have something.
I think they would be better off instead of going with Blue Beetle. They should go with Booster Gold if they want somebody that an audience can just latch onto, because Booster Gold has that comedy.
Well, let's be honest though, and I'm gonna be totally honest about DC here right now. Okay, so let's be totally, because I love DC and you all know, but let's be totally honest about DC.
I think I know where you're going.
What is the perception of DC right now?
It's
Like the
not
overall
great.
perception. Is it? Are they at the same place that Marvel was
No,
just
not
when
even
they
close.
were started?
Negative. It's
No.
really
Do they feel? Does anybody in the public vernacular feel that DC has earned the right to throw mid-level or small level characters experiments
No.
exactly at them and have them just go and gush over it and love it?
No.
The answer is no.
You used the word already. We do, like, your general audience doesn't have a buy into DC yet.
No joke. I have friends who like aren't really into this kind of stuff. Like they're just like they're not really into like Marvel or anything. They just go see movies they're interested in. They've told me that when they see the DC logo, they take a wait and see approach because they got burnt so bad with previous stuff and stuff going on.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, because remember, general audiences really didn't. I mean, they liked Men of Steel mostly. Then they saw BVS in theaters. They didn't, and
most
such
of
a
them didn't check out
sour
Ultimate
taste
Edition,
in their
yeah.
mouth that they never. When someone was like, "Oh, you got to watch this version of it," they were like, "No." You know, and then 2017 Justice League, you know, whatever, how they felt about that. Like, yeah, you're right. That you cannot throw an experiment at these people and expect them
And
to
that's
go.
why they keep trying to throw the same type of characters where it's like Superman this or, you know, Batman that or whatever, because that's the name brands, right? I mean, they're even scared to freaking they're scared to do Green Lantern, which, you know, is like
that 2011 movie killed their confidence in that brand and character, though. So why they don't think it's about time they can just have confidence again, I don't know. But they're like super protective and scared of it.
Yeah, it's like you got the Hulk treatment, but we haven't even got the Mark Ruffalo one yet.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's why they keep going back to Batman. That's why they're hedging their bets a lot in the Matt Reeves movies,
Are you
because
guys-
Batman's bankable.
Yeah.
So
Are you
that may
guys?
not-
Are you guys excited? I mean, because I come around, but not enough to. Here's where I get to know you. Are you excited for films like Suicide Squad and Robert Pattinson's Batman? Like, are you excited for stuff that is?
No.
You can be honest too, because I'll
No.
be honest as well.
I am 100% excited for both.
Okay.
That's the problem.
I'm excited. I'm excited for I'm excited for Suicide Squad. I think the Suicide Squad has I think the Suicide Squad has every ability to exist in everything that we've seen so far. I mean, look, if I'm a DC fan, and I am, if you're gonna throw Starro into the mix,
hell yeah.
Which I think is a very bold and fun, cool thing to do. And you're gonna go deep into the lore. Why not do it with a Suicide Squad? You're not going to get this kind of speaks to what we just talked about.
Because we still haven't seen the Suicide Squad movie we were supposed to see.
I get it.
I agree with that.
I agree.
Somehow we're supposed to be excited for this bastardization.
Hold on, Zod.
Jokes and all that stuff.
I get it. I understand what you're saying. But in the same token, I am not going to just hate something just to hate it because of something else that's happened with another movie.
No.
I
agree with you there. I don't just hate it for that. I
yeah.
hate it because of the material that I've seen of it. I hate it because of the trailer that I saw that is nothing but fart jokes, dick jokes, sex jokes.
Yep. No, I get it. I get it. There's a lot of reasons why I could pile up on this movie and be like, okay, you know what? I'm sick of seeing stuff about James Gunn's beautiful mind, that he's bringing this thing, and the fact that they gave him full control and everything, knowing what happened to Zack Snyder. I think that sucks. But you know what? I'll be honest with you. Like I've kind of internally mocked the idea of a Polka Dot Man being in this movie. And I'll be honest with you, after this last trailer that I just saw when I went to go see Army of the Dead and seeing Polka Dot Man for the first time actually do something.
That exclusive trailer is amazing.
I'll be honest with you. I was like, okay, I'm intrigued. Sign me up. When you show Starro show up at the end of that trailer, I'm intrigued because you're telling a story that we would not get in just a regular DC movie. So okay, and you show me Harley Quinn. Look, I've said time and time again, man. You're not going to see me hate on something. Look, I went and saw Birds of Prey, and I like Birds of Prey. I enjoyed Birds of Prey, and I will never crap on that thing. Are there some liberties that I feel were taken and things that I don't like here and there? Absolutely. But the reality is I enjoy Birds of Prey, and you put Margot Robbie in anything as Harley Quinn, and I'm pretty much going to be there, and I'm going to support it. And I love the way Margot Robbie looks.
Your costume in the new movie looks amazing.
Oh, it looks fantastic. It looks fantastic. Now, look, the movie could be total garbage. Okay. And if I go see it and it's total garbage and you fool me and you get me into the theater and I'm just like, you know what? This doesn't work.
Like Birds of Prey.
I don't feel that Birds of Prey is garbage though. I don't feel that it is. Okay. I feel that, I mean, Black Mask, people say whatever they want about Black Mask, but the reality is that Black Mask does some pretty serious, crazy stuff. I mean, the guy has people's faces peeled off their, I mean, I think it's real easy for people to like focus on one part of a movie and they miss like a bunch of other stuff that happens in the movie. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's a common thing with movies nowadays. But the Batman, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to be absolutely honest with you. I am more leery of the Batman than I am Suicide Squad.
Really?
What?
I'm gonna add to that.
Hot take. I know. Hot take. I am more
that
because
this
I feel like
Batman movie exists in the first place. It shouldn't exist.
I feel like I'm going to have more fun at the Suicide Squad
well,
movie and not take it as seriously, where I'm going to go. First of all, I hate the cowl. I hate the cowl on Batman. Look, as much. Oh, come on. That cowl looks horrible.
It looks horrible cowl.
Call it year one, whatever.
The suit looks like a big garbage bag.
Yeah, call it year one and make excuses, but it's still a movie. You still got to make it somewhat good looking. I agree with that actually a lot.
Yeah. So I mean, there's parts that look really good of the Batman. I mean, I've even got the drop that I use that Jordan gave me, stuff we've used it around here of me beating up Doomcock.
What are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
So I'm just saying, man, you can watch that clip and tell me you're nuts.
I know that clip is amazing, and the stuff that I saw, like the idea of him actually working with the police and stuff like that.
Well, there's that Catwoman behind the scenes thing too. Did you have a chance to watch that?
No, but honestly,
it's really diving into they're saying that his trilogy, like these movies are gonna like tell the origin story of the villains, kind of explore their like psychology in a way, where they're coming from.
Yeah, really and I know that it's supposed to dive into him being the detective and stuff. But I'll be honest with you, looking at his Bruce Wayne, I don't like the way his Bruce Wayne looks.
It's year one Bruce Wayne though. Like
what's that?
I don't like that.
It's supposed to be. It's actually you're actually incorrect. It's supposed to be Batman Year 2, not Batman Year 1.
I
don't know why people keep saying Batman Year 1. It's definitely a Year 2 Batman.
Yeah, he actually came out and said that it is Batman Year 2. Yeah. Real quick here before Tyler, before you say that, TJ here says Enosh sent you something that you can watch it on your own time. I don't know if it's risky.
Ooh,
hey now. Anyway, here's a name: Discovery Max. Discovery Max.
I hope they go with Discovery Brothers just to stick it to Warner Brothers.
Oh, you know what? Our whatever they come up with, our friend Mad Max should sue him. That'd be great.
I'm kind of with Zod on something, because like with part of it is because to hear James Gunn come out and they asked him how it was to work on the Suicide Squad, and he was like, well, they gave me total control, they let me use any character I wanted, yada yada,
kill any character you wanted,
and it like kind of made me a little sour, because like obviously the David Ayer stuff and the Snyder stuff, and I don't know, like I'm naturally a little sour that he comes out and he's just like, well, I had a great time,
and then what he said about, I don't like what James Gunn said about us either. I don't like what James Gunn said about Snyderverse fans either. He kind of made kind of a snide remark about Snyderverse fans in one of his tweets, where he was responding to somebody who said, they're excited for his film, but they would also like the Snyderverse restored. and James Gunn made some comment about how you can't have it both ways. You have to have you either you want to see somebody, you want to see one filmmaker have his vision, or you want to see this filmmaker have his vision. Something in the tweet, the way he worded it, he basically took a shot at Snyder and Snyder Cut fans, and I don't like that, because here's the thing, I'll let you say what you got to say, RJ. But what I was trying to say is, I don't like James Gunn's attitude about this. I feel like James Gunn, he got fired from Disney. They relented and rehired him, and he got carte blanche when he came to DC, only because of Guardians of the Galaxy. They're like catering to him, thinking that he's going to make another Guardians of the Galaxy for DC. Basically,
didn't we already go through this?
Crapping all over Snyder and crapping all over David Ayer.
So Zod, I do share your concerns. Where I will say you're absolutely right. I share your concerns with the idea that I don't think that James Gunn is here because he wants to be here. I think James Gunn is here and has done this movie because he got kicked out of his old club and he came over here, and it helped him negotiate to get back in with his old club.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I don't like about it, but I'm not going to hate on the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, look, I got other negative things. I can't stand John Cena.
Yeah,
I can't stand John Cena in a movie to for anything. So so I mean, like when I just hear John Cena's name, I mean, I just think, why did you say that name?
Why you don't like John Cena?
John Cena. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just don't like it. Now but I talked about it before, like, so I know people are like, oh, I don't want to hear a bunch of dick jokes and stuff like that. So here's the thing, that joke hit for me, and you know why? Because I have a personal joke with the drummer in my band that we go back, that we've told this, that he told me this joke when I first met him, and we've had this long-standing joke. So when I heard him talk about that joke and about the beach and all that stuff like that, it took me back to my friend. And so that's me personally. You all don't share that same experience, so I get that some people might be upset about it and don't want to see it. So here's an interesting TTC sniping with the $1.99 super chat. Thank you. Says the Batman in the Joker universe. I'm excited for it. That and I saw later that you said it was confirmed. It's not confirmed though.
That got deconfirmed, if anything. They said they're totally separate.
TTC, they're saying that it's confirmed on Hollywood Reporter, but hold on a second.
No, I don't think so. No,
I don't think that's. Hold on a second, because I've not seen that. So,
but again, I think the appeal of the Joker was that it didn't.
Exactly.
Anything.
Well, how do you make a sequel to that movie? I'll be honest with you, and I know this is kind of a hot take for some people too, but here, you want to know why I don't want to see a sequel to that movie? Because I don't believe it's the Joker. I don't believe for 1 second that that's really the Joker. I believe it's a deranged guy who's in Arkham Asylum, who knows about the Joker, who lives in that world. Because have you ever watched King of Comedy?
Yes.
The movie The King of Comedy,
yes.
okay?
Yes.
So if you watch that, you know that the Joker has ties to that movie, in and of the idea that you never know what's real and you never know what's fake, right? Yep. Well, here's the thing. Everything, if you go back and watch that film, every positive thing that happens to Arthur Fleck is fake.
Yep.
None of it's real. The girl, his stand-up, every positive thing that happens to him is absolutely fake. So you're going to tell me that the one time that they're going to break from that, and at the end, he's put on this persona and he's become the Joker, and every one of his plans has worked all of a sudden, and he shoots the guy on live television and nobody does anything about it. And he's out in the middle of the streets being heralded by the entire population and held aloft over their heads. And then the next thing we see him, he's back in the hospital talking again. So somehow that's real? No. I think we're missing the point of the movie. And if they go forward, I think it's simply because of money. And it's simply because, this $50 million movie made $1 billion and people like this. That people missed the point of that movie. I think extremely. That does
And
not have to be the Joker. You cannot tell me that Joker is a mastermind that's going to take on Batman.
No.
And
it's like what they ought to do now if they want to continue that line of movies and low budget is they ought to take another character and do another character study like they did with this. So like I keep saying they should get Bryan Cranston and make him the old man Lex Luthor and do like a Luthor movie in the vein of Joker where you kind of tell that story. That's how you would follow up with the movie The Joker. You wouldn't do like a direct sequel or anything that ties into that because that was its own self-contained story. Where else do we need to go with that? Like you said, they totally missed the point.
What were you going to say, Tyler? Yeah.
Okay, so same thing though. Exactly, basically what he's saying is a sequel to the Joker would take away. It'd be like at the end of Inception when the top is spinning.
Yep.
And there's this debate amongst fans. Did it fall? Did it not? So if we do a Joker sequel, well, I mean, it takes away from the ending of the Joker. Now we're asking ourselves, is it real? Is it fake? Is he the Joker? Yada, yada. It takes away from that. And I think Warner Brothers is kind of salty that they didn't. Yeah, the movie made $1 billion, but Warner Brothers didn't. So, we need to get the second one out so we can get that money.
It's just Warner Brothers getting the money, but again, it's just Warner Brothers being late to the party. There's
exactly
you know what I think what would happen? If they do push a sequel out, it's going to fail. It's not going to do as well, and the luster isn't going to be there, and they won't get the return in the investment that they're hoping for. It never works out for them because they just don't get it.
Yep.
And by the way, I'm looking up now, and TTC sniping. I'm always fine if I'm wrong about something. But I'm doing searches right now for this because if that was connecting, that would be the first that I've heard of. I've heard the rumor, I've heard the theories, but if you do a Google search about Joker being connected to the Batman, it doesn't reveal. If you have a link, to this Hollywood Reporter story that supposedly says that, I would be more than happy to look at that and take a look at it right now, even because everything here is from 2020, 2019, and it all says absolutely not. I mean, Pattinson himself saying it's not.
Do we know what I know we know it's year 2 Batman, but do we know what year the
present day?
Present day, right?
Like 2019 to 2021.
Okay. I mean, so I suppose it would technically line up because, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
Right? Because the Bruce Wayne we see in Joker is in the 80s, right? Or is it the 90s?
80s.
Yeah, it's in the 80s. Yeah.
So it would kind of make it could line up, but I don't think it's the right route to go because we see the Bruce Wayne. He's like 8 years old, 9 years old, maybe 10 at the most.
Yeah, I mean, Joker would be that was one of my biggest problems kind of with that was that was the idea of that was that the Joker, Batman would be so much younger than the Joker.
Oh no, it wouldn't line up. He would be 40 by that time.
Yeah, like
it wouldn't line up. Yeah, that makes no sense. I was just thinking about the math I just did, and I was like, wait a second, year 2 Batman's not 40.
Yeah. Jenner Custom Toys, by the way, Bruce, my good friend with the $5 super chat, he's the one who made me my for those of you who don't know, because I know people come in at different times, he made me my Doomcock action figure.
That's the best thing ever, man. I love that.
So you and Doomcock, you guys are best friends, right?
Absolutely best friends, yes. In absolutely every way.
You and Doomcock and Mike Zero.
Have you ever seen my show 2 Cents on Nonsense that we do? So they love me for sure. I only report the news. I don't make it up. That's their job. Jenner Custom Toys with a $5 super chat here. Says I gotta go check out the video I made in tribute for Enosh. I hope you get a laugh. He made a video on his channel Jenner Custom Toys where he's got a puppet of Carl from Sling Blade, and he does the voice stuff. And so on his channel, he's had this running gag that he turned Carl into a puppet because he actually does an impersonation of Carl that was actually great, and then he turned himself into a puppet. And he shows him working in his workshop there. And so he did a thing where Carl comes and takes over the lounge. Somehow he got a picture of the background without me here. Like I must have stepped away from it. I don't even remember doing a video where I stepped away, but he got it. And so kudos to him. Yeah, man, go check out Jenner Custom Toys. And while I'm thinking about it, tomorrow night I'm going to be on That Junk Man's channel. We've had him on the channel here, That Junk Man, and I'm going to be playing action figure Jeopardy with Robert Meyer Burnett.
That's going to be incredible, dude.
That is going to be fun. I'm going to totally lose.
Are you prepared, though, man?
No, I don't think, dude, I don't even think I can get prepared for that, dude. It's Robert Meyer Burnett. If it was anybody else, I'd be like, oh yeah, I got a chance. Dude, if I make a showing, it's going to be, I mean, I'm not saying that I won't, because you know what? It's all sometimes about the buzzer. You know that, RJ, you played the game. Razad has played the game with us here on the channel when we played, Jeopardy, but man, Robert Meyer Burnett is so filled with knowledge. I just feel like that even something that I pause for a second and I'm just like, nope. And Robert will be in there, but yeah, go check out Jenner Custom Toys. So yeah, but no, I that's the thing, man. It's so convoluted though to get the Joker into that world. And into really any Batman world, as far as I'm concerned, any Batman world, because of the way. Okay, hold on a second. Go to the article with Toby asking around for jobs. It's in the last paragraph.
I'll look it up right now.
Okay, yeah, if you want to look it up and try to find it. But yeah, so just what I remember, like when he's there and he's got Bruce Wayne and he's doing the whole thing with his mouth and everything, and I'm just like, God, man, this kid is so small. By the time this Joker would be able to take him on, my gosh, and Bruce is like in his mid to late 20s. I mean, this guy's
Joker
gonna be like
73.
Yeah, like who wants to see that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, you know what they would probably do? They'd probably do some timey-wimey multiverse thing where he would be the same Joker that we saw in the movie, and it would be some weird multiverse Elseworld kind of thing that they would do if they were going to try to put that Joker in there.
Ryan, I want to clarify what I said. Absolutely, there are events that absolutely do happen, but there's a pattern. Okay, so it's not random. I think too many people watch that movie and they think that it's just random of like what's real and what's not. Anytime something positive happens to Arthur Fleck,
those are the ones.
Those are the ones.
Yeah.
Those are the ones, and it's very similar to the King of Comedy, because that's exactly what happens to Robert De Niro's character in that movie. Is anytime something positive is happening to him in the midst of a bunch of negativity and a bunch of things that he's doing that are causing a problem, kidnapping and all this other stuff that goes on in that movie. Anytime something positive happens, it's not real, and that's kind of how you can keep yourself, and I like movies like that. I don't have a problem with the Joker as a movie. I really like the Joker. I got in trouble with the Joker. My Joker trailer reaction is the one video that I've ever just taken down from my channel over people like losing their minds on me about. We did a trailer reaction for that video, and here's what happened. I said in that trailer reaction video, this is before the movie came out. I just said, I just want to know what this movie is. This movie doesn't seem to make much sense as far as like what.
And people got mad.
Yeah, that's all I said. I just want to know what this movie is, because this movie doesn't seem to correlate with anything that we know about the Joker. It's not a Joker we've seen before and everything. And you know what I had? You know who I had come at me? A bunch of people who think that they know something about. Oh gosh, now I'm gonna. What's the story? What's the story? Hold on a second before you go there.
Yeah.
The story that it. God, I got the movie in the other room. The story, the Batman story that this kind of took for the comedian part of it that it took away from. Zod, what is it? Zod, what is it?
King of Con. You talking about King
the Batman story. the Batman story that this goes along with.
The Killing Joke.
The Killing Joke. The Killing Joke. Thank you. I knew it was joke something. And I know that. I just wasn't thinking of it there. So people were coming at me going, "Well, this is the Killing Joke," and I'm like,
"It's not the Killing Joke.
Not the Killing Joke.
So wrong."
Yeah,
And so I put up with those. This thing that video shot up to 35,000 views in like 2 days. Okay, and I had I think close to 3,000 comments, I believe. And I kept getting comments. I kept getting comments from people saying, "You're an idiot. This is the Killing Joke. This is the Killing Joke. This is the Killing Joke." And I kept saying, "No, it's not the Killing Joke." The only thing that looks even close to the Killing Joke is the fact that he's, I guess, going to be a comedian in this, but it's not the Killing Joke story. And people were convinced that it was the and this was showing me that people went to possibly see that movie thinking it was going to be something that it wasn't, because I kept getting that. And then, my favorite thing was I literally had people telling me this. "I do too know it's the Killing Joke because his name was Arthur Fleck in the Killing Joke." No, it wasn't. We were never told the comedian's name in the Killing Joke. That was the whole point. They made up the name Arthur Fleck for
this.
The Killing Joke. Literally made it up. Okay, so I was getting so frustrated, but you know what? I was frustrated on the fact that I had a bunch of people who were coming at me and telling me that I wasn't a DC fan. I didn't know what I was talking about. And I was like, fine, whatever. I don't care. Hey man, keep watching the video. I don't care. The thing
took that down because it was so bad.
But that's not why I took it down. Here's when I took it down. When YouTube hit me with a demonetization of that video, I went, I don't need this.
Not even worth it at that point.
Not worth it. Nope. Not worth it. I'll take all the hits in the world from stupid people, but now you're going to take away the fact that I can even make anything off this. And I was like, nope. That's one of the few times that will mean anything to me. But I was just like, it was too much. It was 3,000 comments, man, in the space of just a couple of days, and just nonstop people who didn't know a thing about DC trying to tell me that I didn't know a thing about DC. Right. And I was just like, no, not dealing with that anymore. Yeah. All right, RJ, what did you find out for us, sir?
Yeah. Okay.
Did you share it? Did you share it? Can you share it or?
Yeah, I can. Hold on.
Yeah, share it. So we can take
the Toby Emmerich article, he's the last paragraph. There was nothing in that, but I found this in the Black Superman thing. So this is what it says right in this paragraph right here. It mentions Joker and Batman.
Okay, let me take a look. So it says DC sees its upcoming Flash movie, which began production in April in London, as its way forward in this post-Snyder world. With the inclusion of such characters as Supergirl and Michael Keaton's Batman, one thing Flash does is set up DC with a multiverse that allows... Oh, I remember reading this. For many of these incarnations, I know exactly where you're going with this, and this is wrong.
Okay.
And story universes to coexist and have superheroes interact. So far, every movie and TV show, with the exception of Matt Reeves' The Batman, starring Robert Pattinson, and set for release in March, HBO Max's spinoff, Gotham PD, and Joker and its planned sequel will take place in the same universe. That's not what this is saying. This is a misnomer. This has actually been proven wrong.
I see what
I think it's just
I see where you're going with it.
Yeah, I see where he's going. It's worded terribly here.
Yes.
But they're basically saying look at it. So Matt Reeves, the Batman, and the Gotham PD spinoff will be in Earth 2, I think, right?
Yeah, it's like its own pocket.
Well. Okay, so this here's your little bit of English here for the moment. Okay, so look at the whole thing. So far, every movie and TV show will take place in the same universe. That's what that sentence should actually say. It says so far every movie and TV show. Then it goes off into a second section of this statement where it says, with the exception, it's taking a new subject out and putting it over here, with the exception of Matt Reeves, the Batman, starring Robert Pattinson and set for release in March, HBO Max's spinoff Gotham PD, and Joker and its planned sequel. So every TV show, movie, that's what it's saying, the multiverse. Well, they said the same universe, but it's not the same universe. The multiverse is multiple universes, right? But it's multiple Earths. But it's all going to take place in the same continuum, is what it should have said. But this sentence is horribly worded. It's horribly worded. Yeah.
If you take out the middle of it and then combine the original sentences, that makes one sentence. The middle stuff is his own thought.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. The middle stuff is its own thought in there. So it should read. So if you're reading this for what it's actually saying, you would just read the first part and the last part, which is so far every movie, TV show will take place in the same universe, because that's what that's what they're trying to explain is the multiverse, that everything exists, because Muschietti said everything you've seen up to this point, meaning everything from Batman 66, everything from, comics, everything from, Superman 78, Superman in the 50s, video games, Batman 89, Batman sequels, all that stuff. It all exists right now. And you can touch any of those things through the multiverse with the Flash going to any of those places. They're trying to say, though, that Matt Reeves, the Batman, and the spinoff Gotham PD and the Joker film are like these black label spinoffs, right? That they're their own thing, kind of put off to the side. These Elseworld stories that will not exist in the multiverse, which I think is a stupid thing anyways, because what's so special about that? Why does that exist in its own world, but yet everything else exists? Like, why can't that exist too? I guess that's why they're saying that this Batman is on an Earth 2. Why would you even say this Batman's on Earth 2 then? Like, I saw something that somebody said that this Batman exists on Earth 2, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that was Walter Hamada.
Was it Walter Hamada? Well, then Walter Hamada. Well, let's be straight. Walter Hamada is an idiot. Walter Hamada is an idiot. So we all know that already, because here's the thing. Why would you even say that this exists on Earth 2 if you're saying that it takes place in its own pocket universe that has nothing to do with the multiverse and doesn't have anything to do with any of these stories in the multiverse? Then you're an idiot, because you know what? You know what's on Earth 2 according to canon now, according to this? On Earth 2, you have Stargirl.
Yeah.
You have Jay Garrick. You have all those characters that took place from The Flash when they went over to Earth 2 and did that whole thing with Solomon, Zoom, all that stuff. That all took place on Earth 2. And if you're going to say that it's all now connected, and you have the show Crisis on Infinite Earths, the series and all that stuff, and you got Ezra Miller in there and all that stuff, at least know your canon, for God's sakes, Walter Hamada.
Right. Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, I think because he was explaining to the New York Times guy, I think he was trying to say Earth 1 is the movies that in DC. This is a separate universe, so I'm just going to say Earth 2 to keep it simple. I'd like to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't know, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I think he was trying to explain it for someone who doesn't understand.
Yeah, no,
comics.
TTC. No, I don't have, no, man. I understand, man. I'm not, you're fine, man. You're fine.
It's easy to take that out of context.
It is. I remember this now, because this is from a few weeks ago, isn't it?
Yeah, May 5th.
Yeah. So it's from a few weeks ago. And so it's a lot of people were taking it that way, but it actually
well, I mean, we got to remember Warner Brothers is so stupid. I wouldn't put it past them to somehow inject Todd Phillips' Joker into it if they can somehow.
If they could, you know that they would.
They don't care about continuity. They'll explain it away as being part of its own pocket universe. It'll essentially be the Joker from that film, but it won't be the Joker from that film. It'll be that character just from a different timeline or something. They'll figure out some screwy way to make it happen if they think it'll make money.
Oh, I know. TJ here with the $2 Canadian super chat says the video I sent you is from Robert Meyer Burnett. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so I'll have to I'll check that out. I'm sorry, I just saw that super chat, so that's cool. Thank you, man. And TTC sniping with the $1.99 super chat says the Toby Look for Jobs article, last paragraph. Yeah,
I still want to see that one. I gotta look that up.
So I got Saggy always lurking. Saggy Melon's always lurking. We see you. Bradley says, I check your D. Oh, yeah. Hold on a second. You sent me one too? No, where people sending me stuff and I don't even know where they're sending it to. Because I don't see. Let's see, Bradley, that's not you. Oh, hey, Luke, I'm just seeing this. No, yeah, probably not right now, because I'm not probably going to get into much more here tonight, but I'm trying to see. Thank you. Slade and Friends sent me something about the Air cut. I don't really know much about this. Man, it's a lot to read. I don't know. Oh, it's about what we could expect to see in the air cut. That's a whole other discussion that we probably have for itself. Danny sent me a thing. He wants to send me a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger red helmet, a red Mighty Morphin Power Ranger helmet. That's cool.
Nice.
That's cool.
That's dope.
I'm not the biggest Mighty Morphin Power Ranger fan, honestly. I'm more of a Voltron guy.
Send it to me then. Send it to me. I'll take it.
He said here, he says, Zuppinash, I would want to send you a thing. I don't know if you like the original Power Rangers, but I like to give you the Red Ranger helmet if you're okay with it. Dude, I'm always okay with anything if somebody wants to send me, but this looks like you're sending it from Amazon. I would tell you, if it's just something that you want to give me, I always treasure stuff like that people want to send me, and stuff like that. But if you're buying it, hold off on that, because I'm not the biggest just fan of that. Okay, Bradley sent me this. Bradley sent me the article that you just found.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Bradley sent me that. And I think
you guys
I think we're good.
Care for Grace Randolph?
You know what? So here's the thing. I know a lot of people hate Grace Randolph. I don't hate her. I don't always agree with her. I don't always think she's right. I think she's got some interesting takes sometimes, but you know what? I respect the woman on the fact that you know what? Zach trusts her.
She does good reporting.
Zach has gone, and I mean, he's given her
Reached
all
out
his
several
scoops.
times.
Reached out several times.
But does Zach trust her, or is Zach smart?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Because she has a very large platform.
She's probably the
She has a large
channel ever.
Well, she does, but I think there's people who are larger than that he could reach out to, probably. I mean,
but
I don't know.
When she speaks, even the people that don't like her, i.e. for me, I just don't like Grace. I don't hate her like some other people do.
Sure.
But like when she says something, I end up hearing about it. And I think Zach has that marketing mindset at all times where he knows if in his mind he's like, and honestly, if it was Zach, he could literally go anywhere and what he says will get out. But I think he's smart. I really do. I think he's smart. I don't think he necessarily would. I don't think he would. I think he would be just as good coming here or to any of us and saying the same things. But I just think he's smart. In the sense that her platform is large. She has a lot of general audience members as well. And that's just my opinion though. So again.
Yeah, no, like I don't know. I look at it like I obviously I don't agree with everything Grace says because it just is what it is. I mean, look, a lot of people absolutely hate John Campea as well.
Why do they hate him? I don't even understand.
Well, because I'll tell you why. Because John Campea, when he speaks, even when he's wrong, he speaks like he knows more than everybody else in the room.
Yep, exactly.
That's why he has somebody like Robert Meyer Burnett on his show, who's absolutely filled with wealth and knowledge. And we joke about it a lot that it's like, let the man talk, right? I mean, like seriously, like just let him say something. But too, I got to give even John Campea this. He's earned his spot there. He grew AMC Movie News to a huge place. And look, the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing right now is a direct result of AMC Movie News and Collider.
Same here.
And a lot of people who even came up with the very idea or the existence of even talking about movies on this platform has come from that. Who pioneered that? Who was one of those people who came up with that idea of, hey, let's do it. It used to be you had to go either read the trades, right, to learn anything about movie news, or you had individual websites. Every day, man, I had like 4 or 5 movie websites that I went to, that like, Ain't It Cool News, right? And I still go to Dark Horizons, and then there was like Movie Hole, and there's like all these different movies, and you'd find all these things. And that's the only place you could get your movie news.
A lot of people don't remember
I know.
John Campea started with the movie blog. He started the movie blog long before AMC. It was him. It was him, and it was another guy, a Canadian comedian by the name of Doug Nagy. And Doug Nagy and John Campea had the movie blog going, and it went for several years. I knew them back then, and he was. And John, and that was cool. And then John branched off and started doing his other stuff with AMC. But I think what happened with John is John got too big for his britches. That's what I think.
Sometimes people start believing their own hype.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know what? And you know what? If John Campea were right here, right now, I would give him all the props in the world because listen,
he's the pioneer of all of us.
He is a wealth of knowledge. The guy is very smart. And just like I don't give Jarbo crap when Jarbo's come in here and said, the Snyderverse is done. Everything is done. Give up, go home, pack it in, whatever. Like I get where he's coming from. Plus I respect the fact that like he absolutely, you can say whatever you want to him, but he absolutely loves Man of Steel. Like he did a documentary about it.
Yeah,
like, I mean, like
40-minute long video saying why it's one of his favorite comic movies of all time.
Yeah, I mean, he loves Man of Steel. That doesn't mean he has to like everything. I don't know what the guy, likes and doesn't like about everything, but
big Star Wars fan too.
Yeah, I just say that but sometimes people, they achieve something and, like I said, I just, I don't hate him. I don't hate it. I sometimes you have to separate what you, sometimes you watch somebody and you're like, hey, I can separate the good from the bad, right? So I can watch a Grace Randolph and I go, oh yeah, okay. You know what? Yeah, this seems legit. This seems like something. I mean, and then there's sometimes where she's wrong, right? Yeah. And that's the thing. Listen, somebody could watch me and go, well, hey, I don't like Enosh's take on this. I hear from plenty of people who are like, hey, Enosh, I'm not even a big Snyder fan, but I love your passion and I love the other things you talk about, and I love this or that. Or hey, when you talk about Star Wars, I totally check out because I'm not even a Star Wars fan. Blah blah blah. Right?
Or they go, or you talk about Marvel, like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, right.
You bad boy.
Exactly. And so the thing is like that's fine, and I think that's the way we should be. Is not expecting the people that we listen to be perfect or to always get it right or whatever. The problem is if you are the person saying things, then I think there's also a level of responsibility on that person's part to not act like you're better than everybody else and not act like you're always right.
Yeah. And John definitely pioneered this, like what we all do. If you have a YouTube channel and you talk about movies, like John Campea is like, he really did pioneer what we're doing. And in that sense, you do have to respect the hustle. I mean, we're trying to do that with Showcase, like create another AMC talk and do it with Showcase. And like, where did that idea come from? It was John. John's just John. He did what he did. I don't like how it all went down eventually, like with the change to Collider, and then Collider went to shit. I mean, I don't necessarily like go to John for my news anymore, but
yeah,
I did at one point.
Yeah.
So.
No, and so I am getting ready to close it down, Saggy. I just want, I saw you pop in there, and so I was just going to bring you in for the close of this because I am bringing it to an end. We saw you here, and we're just not.
Shit, is it 3 hours already?
I know, right? We're just not.
I mean, I was playing video games with Geek Studio, and
well, we love you. We love you.
I was lurking, and I saw saw fresh meat, so I was like, I gotta come in and say hello.
No, you're not gonna hit on Tyler too, are you?
Maybe.
Hey, she came on my stream earlier.
Should we offer up Tyler for tribute so she can see what Tyler looks like? Are you familiar with Tyler?
Oh my God!
No, I'm not familiar with Tyler.
See, Tyler, I apologize. Saggy hits on basically every new guy that ever comes in.
Who's eating the meat now? I gotta go, guys. I gotta go, guys. Thank you so much, Enosh. It was great. Happy birthday again, to you, RJ. Nice to meet you, Tyler.
It was nice to meet you too.
Thank you, Zod. Thank you, man. I appreciate
hit me up on Twitter, and I want to make sure everybody is at the Zod Rider Show on June 1st. Because
hey, this is your last chance. I'll buy them now.
No. Got to come to the show June 1st.
All right.
Good to see you, Saggy. I'll catch you guys later.
Love you, Zod. It's nice to see you for the 2 seconds I got to see you tonight.
See you later.
Bye.
No, this is the last thing I'll say about this, because this is a great point here. Azteca says, then when Collider went to crap and John Schnepp passed, I was unsubscribed and started watching other channels like Mr. H Reviews, Film Junkie, Jody's Corner, haha. We watched the movie, etc. And here we are. And so here's the thing. You know what? That's a great point, because
Losing John Schnepp sucked, man. He was
I feel what I feel has happened on YouTube. And Tyler, you can tell me how you feel about this. Tyler should look scared. Yeah, Tyler should look scared. Saggy coming in here like that.
Nah, man, I'm not scared of women, man. I embrace that.
Well, hey, there you go.
I like that answer.
Far be it from me. I'll just bring Saggy up here next to you.
Yeah. Hello there. Yes, I'm over here. You can't see my cam, but I also extended my hand to reach for yours. But
there you
go.
What
are you doing, Enosh?
Okay, so I'm just saying. Hold on, let me finish my. You got me off on a total different thing. Anyways, no, what I was saying is I think that there's a new era of YouTubers that is handling movie news in a different way. There was that golden age there of, it was all these pundits, right? They were all connected in Hollywood, and they were all connected with these people and that people, and there was a sense of like, if you started a YouTube channel, I would never get a celebrity on my YouTube channel. I mean, like, I'm just some guy up in Michigan, man, just in a toy room, dude. Like, even if I spent like StreamYard has really helped with a lot with this in the last year, things like that. But like you had to invest in OSB, and you had to invest in, like a bunch of, equipment and everything to be able to look halfway decent even. And even then, how would you even contact anybody? How would you even know who to contact or any of those things, right? Every once in a while you'd see somebody show up, but it was usually because you knew somebody. And then you found out later that it was because somebody was connected to somebody out in LA, and the people were really out in LA the whole time anyways. It wasn't like they're somewhere in the Midwest, just, shooting their show. That being said, I think we're living in a day and time where, yes, you're absolutely right, Azteca. The Colliders of the world have crumbled. We're sick. I used to love Christian Harloff and I watched religiously every Thursday Jedi Council, dude. That was my destination. That was my destination. John Schnepp. I think John Schnepp would have survived all that. I ironically, and I trust me, I understand the irony in what I just said. But John Schnepp, with everything else collapsed, because John Schnepp, I feel, was one of us. John Schnepp was the, as he would call it, the Shweddy, right? Like he was a nerd, and that's why people respected him, and that's why he had the knowledge that he had. And even those guys, when they'd be on a panel together, they would all turn to and bow down before Schnepp's knowledge. And that's just the truth. I mean, if Schnepp said something, they were just like, yeah, you're right. But there came a turning point, and I know that, he has said that he was kind of, that it was kind of taken out of context, or whatever. But I don't know that it was so much taken out of context when Christian Harloff went on that whole rant about how he had been, hustling for 4 or 5 years, whatever, for being a Star Wars fan and all this stuff, and didn't get invited to Galaxy's Edge. Well, I'm sorry. I've been a Star Wars fan at that point, for almost 40 years, for 37, 38 years. And nobody invited me for free to go to Galaxy's Edge. I had to pay for my own ticket.
And he refused to cover it on Jedi Council. It's like, I'm just not going to be on the show. To go on about how he wasn't going to even cover it on Jedi Council, one of the biggest Star Wars shows around, and feel like, you're entitled to it. And then even they had that big day, the producer blew up at him. I was there watching all that stuff, man. Yeah,
and it's like an old episode of a TV show, man. Like, I feel, because like they got in this big fight on air, and you know what I mean? And it caused all these issues and stuff. And I feel like that era kind of really died at that point, because now nobody cares about what those guys say. Those guys come out with their
best Schmodown channel.
I know, and you know what? I'll say this. I care more. I still like Christian Harloff's takes on some things. Okay, I still like his takes on some things. I'm not going to ever say that I don't. You know who I love? I love Mark Ellis. Mark Ellis just seems like he
does comedy shows in Vegas. I meant to go to one, but
Mark Ellis just seems like a nice guy, right? And so I'm not saying that I hate on any of those guys. I'm just saying the days when people hung on their every word and they were must-watch YouTube content is gone. If I watch them, if I see something that John Campea covers that I'm interested in and I want to hear his take, or I know Robert Meyer Burnett's on his show, you know, twice a week or whatever, I'm going to tune in because I want to hear Robert Meyer Burnett. I've had Robert Meyer Burnett here at the Poindexter Lounge a couple of times. And that's the crazy thing, is that something changed. And now, trust me, the first time I had Robert Meyer Burnett here at the Poindexter Lounge, and I'm sitting there across, you know, talking to Robert Meyer Burnett, and I'm like, holy crap. What, you know, like in my own head, I'm just going like, what changed here all of a sudden? I'm talking to Robert Meyer Burnett. Since then, this last year, I mean, look, you know, Tyler, tonight, my goodness, you had, you know, Ray Porter on, you know, you had Allison Crow, you know, like I've had Ray here. I've had, you know, I mean, it's like, so I'm friends with some of these people now. I mean, you know, like Ray Porter has made me cry by some of the messages that he's just sent me before, just like hitting me, you know, like telling me, you know, just wonderful things. I mean, he loves me and my wife a lot, like our relationship and stuff. Like he sent me a song once that is about, you know, people in a relationship and loving to each other and, you know, and stuff. And this love that, you know, and it's just like, I look at my wife every day almost and just go, this is our life. Like what happened here? But I see it though, as people are becoming more accessible, because I think they're starting to recognize is these smaller channels now are the ones who are really carrying the torch.
And committed.
We're committed to it. We're not getting paid for it. We're not making buku bucks for it. Anything that we do get through super chats or, you know, or whatever little ad revenue
cycles back into the show.
Exactly.
And that's the thing is, sorry, Ms. Mellons.
Oh no, go. You're the special guest. Go ahead. And you're handsome, so you go first. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. With like Ray, right? In particular, Ray, because I mean, now, like I'm a huge Supernatural fan, right? And I'm literally friends with the devil, right? He's coming to my house, and we're gonna go take I'm gonna take him around Boston to see the historic sites.
What? Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, pause. Wait. You just hit me. Hold on. You just hit me like 5 million things at once. You're from Boston too. I'm from Boston.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that's why I was like, this man is from Boston, dude. Like, you're literally my neighbor.
Yeah, Winter Hill in Somerville.
You're lying.
Oh, I think we got a show. Oh, yeah.
Bro, you're literally right near me, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, let's get bubble tea together.
I don't know what that is, but...
Well, we got to introduce you to bubble tea. That's like the thing. Where did you find him? He's my neighbor.
Now I can hear it.
Yeah, the internet's a small place, man.
Now I can hear it. Yeah.
I love this song. What a time to be alive.
Do you have a bunch of those clips?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
He does. They're like different. They have like different shit on it because you pulled the John Cena one really out of nowhere. And it impressed me.
I know you like Lightcast, right?
Yeah.
You like Lightcast?
Listen.
What?
Where are you going with this?
No. Matt and I've known Matt for a while. Matt interviewed me before. No, because I got this one too. I want to shave my balls. balls.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to derail you, but you literally hit me with like
promo code Footsies.
He literally hit me with like 3 things in a row that I was like, my heart, like I love Supernatural, so that got me, and then the fact you were in Boston got me. Sorry, continue.
Well, you can come on the little tour with us. But he's gonna do a in studio interview because he moved to Philadelphia. He was in Lost. He's in 13 Reasons Why. He's just a good Mark Pellegrino is a good guy.
He's around a bonus.
All of this has come from this, and Ray Porter, because my mom passed away about a month and some change ago, and Ray, like after the show, I had told Allison how her cover of Hallelujah, I couldn't cry for the life of me when it happened, and at the end of the Snyder Cut, like my 18th watch of it, I just like hearing her sing that song, it just broke me for the first time, and I needed it. So what she did for me was something that I needed, right? It was that moment that she was a part of, but she didn't know. and I got to tell her that, and like that's from this doing this, and now friends with Ray Porter, like, and there's my bucket list of people that I want to get is very large, and the more connections you make, the more chances of it happening.
Absolutely, man. It's crazy.
If you're not a shithead, your chances go up a little bit more. So I truly love this, and if I didn't have this community, then this would have been such a cold pandemic.
Facts. That's literally the same reason why I started doing YouTube is pandemic happened, but is he single? I think they want the answer. That's why I blew you up.
What?
They're asking if you're single.
But the chat is asking.
Yeah, the chat is asking. I'm not asking. The chat's asking.
I am.
They're asking for me.
Yeah. I was in a long termer that ended about like 8 months ago. But
oh wow,
yeah,
you've been through it this year. Like, dude, that was me a few years ago. My mom had passed away. My ex-husband and I split. I'm telling you that life hits you some craziness, but that's why you said YouTube and all this stuff.
Have some popcorn.
Yeah, have some popcorn. Because no, honestly, the thing is too, when you guys talk about the problem with all these big content creators now is they started like us, right? We're passionate, we're genuine, we're open, we're honest. But then when you realize like the drama and the anger and the rage you have when you make a video about something you're mad at, once you realize that hits and your videos blow up, you want to keep that. So you slowly just stop being genuine. You stop being passionate. You stop doing positive content, and you cater to what your audience wants to hear is you be angry 24/7. And that's what they stick to, because again, once you hit that algorithm, you hit the thing that works for you. It's about keeping that going and making money. Now your integrity is gone. Like Firewater has told me, he said it's like there's no integrity in YouTube anymore. There isn't. There is no genuine.
Well, and
integrity.
Saggy too. One of the things to remember though too is, I mean, like I think this new generation of YouTubers, we started just doing stuff like this, right? A lot of that first generation of YouTubers were actually people who were part of the industry. Like they were either writing or they were doing they were involved in some way. They were out in LA. They were doing, and so with that came a success. And they had access to more than we actually had access, than we have access to at this point. Like kind of like Tyler was saying, like we pretty much have to, scrape and push and claw and, and really prove ourselves for every new guest that we meet, or, through word of mouth and, people understanding that we're okay people, and going through that process and stuff, where, it's a lot easier. Like if you got Collider behind you, well, you're going to automatically get the interview. Right. Like back in the day, it was like that. I don't know if it's not so much more anymore, but I mean, that was the thing, was like, well, you're a legit outlet. Right. So you're going to be this, you're going to do that, and it's funny because I still have friends that like, I have some friends that get what I do now, because I have friends who saw me when I was just, who've been around this whole time, man, when I was just sitting on a couch with my family watching, doing a trailer reaction, and having fun. And I have friends who are really excited for where my channel is at now. Right. And where we're at like now, and the relationships that we've made, and they legitimately, like I had one I was kind of fanboying out to a few months ago, and I'm like, this is so crazy. I'm like, like I've interviewed Darkseid, I've interviewed Ray Fisher, I've interviewed this person, stuff like this is just awesome. And it's like, I feel like it's legit. And they're like, well, you always were legit, Enosh. Yeah. Right. And it's like, okay, wow. And it kind of, it meant a lot to me hearing that from my friend, because like, and this is somebody I really respect. And it was somebody that I realized like I would always, I guess somewhere in my head, like if I did something and this person always, this person responded to it, I would think it was a really cool thing. Right. And it kind of, made me feel better. But like when he said that to me, well, you always were legit, man. We always knew that about you. Like you just have a bigger platform now.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. But then on the flip end of that, you have the friend who goes, oh, I don't want to watch all this stuff. Like I liked it better when you were doing, this and that. And I'm like, well, a lot's changed, man. There hasn't been a movie really out for almost a year, and I couldn't just do trailer reactions anymore, but he also, in our private life, in our personal life, and I'm sure other people have experienced this too. Like when you achieve any success, like he doesn't want to acknowledge that I'm in the position that I'm in either. You know, and that's not to say that I'm in some great position and I'm better than anybody else, but just the fact that, like, you know, like, because it legitimizes, I guess, what I say, because I have some kind of platform. And so, you know, this is the guy that I'd argue with about, you know, about Marvel and DC with. So, you know, somehow he finds it confusing now, you know, so.
And that's why I felt so bad when Fatal J came after you, and I didn't really like, you know what I mean? We had never met like that. And I took it out of context, and you know, whatever, like, but I came back on it, and I was just like, oh, wow, I made a mistake. And this guy's actually a really good person, you know? And so that's why I just don't, the YouTube community is definitely like, I've seen some weird stuff go on, but for the most part, I think I've met a lot of good people, but some bad people. You know, the good outweighs the bad, as in most cases. You know, it's just those. It's like even the Snyder Cut community. It's the loud minority that wins out, right? So
yeah. Well, you know, along those lines, you know, Fatal J and I have talked since then, and there's things I don't think it's for me to do for Fatal J. I never had a problem with Fatal J, and I still don't have a problem with Fatal J. And but he DM'd me actually today, even, and we had a conversation. And you know, he made a very public video about me and some tweets about me. I would hope that he would actually make a public video and some public tweets about what he said to me today, because it was a very positive thing, and very much along the lines kind of what you said. But it's not, and I accept it. And you know what? If Fatal were here right now, I'd welcome him in.
Yeah,
and I'd be fine with Fatal. You know, but that's for him to be able to tell people that he, you know, the things that he said. But you know, but that dude, you know, at the end of the day, people take things weird. You know, sometimes I see, you know, YouTube and Twitter and everything is the ultimate game of telephone, you know, or people hear this or that, you know, or
it's
like,
clicky.
It is.
It's
you know,
very freaking clicky. I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's like the biggest thing that bothers me. Like this whole conversation is about people who just do clicks. Like it's like high school. Like you got your jocks over here, and then you got your nerds over here. It's all
even in the nerd community,
right? Even in the nerd community, you got your people who are just like crazy. But I do need Tyler to clarify something. As a fellow Bostonian. Now, people say that I try to act tough online, but I'm from Boston. So do we act tough, or are we just, you know, about that life?
Okay, what are you asking? Are you asking, could you back it up?
Yes, I'm asking if Bostonians are just
She could back it up.
Thank you. Tyler said I could back it up, and not in the way that y'all nasties are thinking.
That's gonna be a clip right now. Heck yeah, we're clipping that one. Tyler said I can back it up. I like it.
After bubble tea only, though.
After bubble tea.
After bubble tea, I'm backing it up.
Get some bubble tea, and then you back up anything you want to back up. I don't, you know.
I regret that. I regret asking that question now.
She'll beat you down though, probably.
Yeah, you know, real quick, Mask of Shy is still in here. And while we're on this topic, and you brought this up, Tyler, I want to do a couple of things. First of all, before this goes away, Peter Rabbit's Defender had a $9.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. It says, I met John Campea back in San Diego Comic-Con 2017, and he was nice to me, but lately he became biased and Joss Whedon's fanboy. He always said Snyder Cut is the same movie as Justice League and still gives Joss a pass. I'm done with him. You know, look, I made a song called Associate Producer. There's a music video for it. And one of the first voices in the middle part of the song, I in the video, I put a bunch of people who were celebrating the Snyder Cut the day that it was announced, and it shows their joy and their elation and their excitement at the same time where we're hearing a bunch of those pundits, and one of them included was John Campea saying that the Snyder Cut was not a real thing, that it was never going to happen because, look, to their conventional wisdom, right? This is nothing like this had ever happened before. And they could not see a world where the Snyder Cut could actually exist, and that it could actually be a thing where a director could actually see his way through this and get this release. And so they picked the wrong side. And unfortunately, they doubled, tripled, quadrupled down on it, and then started being offensive to people who simply were trying to make a good mark in the world, raise money for suicide prevention, and and form a great community. And look, I mean, he will always be on record as having said that the Snyder Cut doesn't exist.
Yep.
And that
And
didn't work out for him.
And ultimately, he ended up loving the movie and did a spoiler review of it, even though he said he never was going to do it because he didn't think it was worth his time.
Oh shit! Is this everyone in the community?
Yeah, looking back, have you seen this, man?
Is that Sean O'Connell in there?
Yeah, it's Sean O'Connell. I know.
Hey,
I love
listen,
that.
I like Sean though. I'm a big. I like Sean for who he is. I won't go into his like DC views, but
yeah, I don't begrudge anybody.
I see
what I was actually going to say about this. So Mask of Shy, who is in our chat right now, he designed this. He put this together, and what I love about this is, man, because it goes back to what you were just saying, Tyler. As far when I look at this poster, it's more to me than just, oh, that's super cool, like all these people together on one poster. This to me is how I know that people view us a lot. As people who stream together, people who've been part of the movement, people come in at different various times, and that excites me. And I look at things like, here's me and my wife right here, here's me and Tiff right there. And I love Mask of Shy. I even put in my Macho Man impersonation right there over my left shoulder. And then there's Matt from Lightcast. And I love how like Matt's shirt actually says, "Oh yeah," right next to, Macho Man, that's pretty cool. But, and here's Brian, Master of None. We're discovering new people on this thing every day, but I mean, like, look, here's Fatal J right down here,
and right next to him is that who I think it is?
This Dave right here?
Well, on the other side,
Oh, right here. I think that's Chris.
That's Chris, right?
Yeah, that's Chris. Yeah, that's Chris.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
And
oh wait, that was me.
And then I don't know. I'm discovering there's new people all the time. Like Matt Jarbo didn't think he was on here for the longest time, and then we discovered that this is Matt Jarbo.
Okay.
Yeah, because Mask of Shy confirmed that was Matt Jarbo, and you know what? I showed this the other night to Max, and Max. That's no, yeah, it's Max. Max didn't think that he was on here, and I was able to show this to him for the first time that Max realized he was here. We just had Zod in here earlier tonight, and here he is. And there's just others, good friends of mine, Ryan Zeverfet, and then you got Nicotina right there, and Anthony right there, and I mean, and where'd he go? Oh, here's my good friend Dawson. Yep, Dawson's always cool. I got to drop just for Dawson. All these Cloverfield things happened on Dawson's stream actually. So there's this one. Dawson. Dawson. But yeah, no, when I look at this, man, I just think of like when we talk about like the term hashtag us united, right? And there's been some people who have really taken heart to that, and then there's been some who've said, oh, we're not united, we're not this, we're not that. Hashtag us united is not about all of us agreeing on everything or having the same views on every possible thing that's out there. This right here to me shows us united.
Yeah.
Over a common banner of release the Snyder Cut of this movie, of this fandom, of this movement, and this is what we should be. This is how we should be. Instead of getting involved in the petty arguments or the back and forths, or I heard this about this person or that person or whatever. I know it's so cliche, but like, what about believing the best in people? And even then being forgiving and loving towards one another. And, I know for some people that'd be cheesy. For me, it's just, this is what I hope. This is kind of like our We Are the World moment, like I feel, and by the way, Mask of Shy is in here, man. I know that you're selling these and I would love to promote this. I can't remember where, the website is, for that.
Yeah.
And so, man, if you want to, I don't know if you can put it in the, oh, you know what? I know one way that you can. Hold on just one second.
That's the thing is You know, I wish I joined. I wish I joined one of your shows a long time ago, man. You know,
I do too, man. Because I'd seen you on other shows too and stuff, man. And so, you know, like, but I'm glad we got to know each other through this. And you know, like I saw, I reached out to you because I saw your video that you did about my whole interaction with Jeremy and all that stuff, you know, and you know what, you didn't completely agree with me, and that's fine. But you know what, like I reached out to you because I thought what you said was fair, and that's all I'm ever about is, you know, like how can we be fair to one another, and you know, and I think that that's important.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
I'm gonna try here, Mask of Shy. Yep. Okay. Cool. Mask of Shy, I'm going to make you a moderator, so you should be able to post the link to your poster in there. So as we're wrapping this stuff up, but Ryan with the $5 super chat, you're absolutely right. In the words of Bowling for Soup, high school never ends.
High school never ends.
Yep, you're absolutely right. And you know, it's unfortunate, and some people, you know, they just never grow out of that, you know, and sometimes it's just easy to get caught up in it, right? I mean, we all think that we're above it, and then something happens that hits us hard or hits our family hard or something like that, and you know, and then it becomes, you know, what it is, and it becomes harder to deal with. I think I got one more super chat here. I want to get to that. Oh, thank you, Dr. O. Dr. O says you're legit, Enosh. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Did you Mask of Shy? I don't know. I'm not seeing it. You know what? Maybe. Hold on a second, because maybe you must be friends on my personal account. Here it is. No, is it? No. I don't see it, man. I don't see the message, so I don't know where you sent the message. I'm seeing that they're telling me in the chat that you sent me a message, but I don't see it, man. So I don't know. Let's send it to Instagram or something like that. I don't know. I don't see it there either. So, but anyways, the point being is I appreciate that, Dr. O. I appreciate everyone who comes here. You know, look in the chat for the link. Look in the chat, Enosh, for the link. Did it get posted? Hold on. I'm not at Mask of Shy, beautiful artwork. Did we were we able to? I just want to make sure that we give him an opportunity, because man, people need to get this thing. If anybody's interested, I would love for people to be able to get this thing, and I'm not seeing. I don't see anything in the chat. You guys tell me.
I see it.
Do you see it? Is it in there? Is it?
Yeah,
has
it
got
says,
a link in there?
"Okay, I'm nervous AF, but here's my store." You know, maskofshy.creator-spring.com if anyone needs it. Yeah.
Okay.
There.
All right. Yeah. I'm sorry, Mask of Shy, because I'm looking here and I just don't see. Oops. I don't see where. Where I had it though in my DMs. So I apologize. So I'm glad that we were able to get that out there. So guys, go support Mask of Shy and this, because he absolutely deserves it. And
I'm gonna buy one and draw my.
And now I see it. It just popped up. So there you go. Twitter must have been doing something weird to me in my DMs. So now I just see it. But yeah, I'll post it again here real quick. But yeah, go support Mask of Shy and this, because I think that this is an amazing amazing piece of artwork. And you know, he just did this himself. And so you know, it's a wonderful thing, and it brought a smile to my face, and it still brought a smile to my face. It still brings a smile to my face every time I see it. And I brought it up now several times in the last week. So
it's amazing, man.
So you go. All right. That being said, guys, we are at the 3-hour 29-minute mark, and it's been a fun evening, and we've learned a lot, I think, and there's still a lot more to learn going forward. There's still a lot more possibilities out there. Lord knows what's going to happen in the coming weeks and months, and who knows how long it's going to take for this deal to actually go through and to start seeing the fruits of it. But I tell you what, I like what I'm hearing so far. from this deal, and hopefully it lives up to that. Real quick, we'll go around. Tyler, would you like to tell everybody where they can find you and how they can hook up with you metaphorically, not necessarily like Saggy?
Well,
but,
Saggy, the DMs are open but for everyone else. No, I'm just joking. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm not. I don't know.
See, Saggy, we knew it was going to backfire on you one day. Now it's close to home, ain't it?
It is
close to home. Yeah.
Listen, I went to go follow him. Real talk. I literally went to go follow him on Twitter, and then I realized I was like, "Holy crap, he already follows me." So now I was like, "Oh shoot!" I was like, "He's probably been following me for a while."
Yeah, I did a long time. I think it was during like I think I just told you the other one. I think it was during like the Snyder rush, where I was like, "Oh, look at all this! Like, look at the Twitter community that I had no idea existed until, 2 years ago or whatever." And but then you ghosted the follow back, so
Rip.
Yeah, I'm in trouble there.
Nah, it's okay.
Listen, I was going very quickly. I didn't even know what people follow me. I'm just gonna shut up now. I'm gonna stop talking. I'll buy you bubble tea. There we go.
All right. Sounds like a deal. Maybe go see.
I feel like this is an old. I feel like this is an old episode of Love Connection. It's like, well, Tyler, if you want to go out with Saggy, you're on your own. But if you want to go out with RJ, we'll definitely pay for it. But yeah, I'm thinking you're going to probably be on your own on this one. So, but hey, we'll be back in 2 and 2.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're on YouTube. Just at Pop Culture Corner, and then most of the other platforms, Twitter, Instagram. We even just started doing TikTok, and I share pictures of videos of my little puppy, and it's super cute. And so it's at Pop_Culture 2020, and we do a lot of cool stuff. And I'll be definitely coming around more often. You've been sending the links, but you stream at a later hour.
Yeah.
And but you know what? I want to be here. This is really fun, and I had a good time. And I really want to say thank you to everyone. You guys are so knowledgeable. That includes every single person that's in here. And you guys are a community in itself, and that's great, and it's inspiring. And it's something that I can look at and aspire to be. So thank you, everyone.
Absolutely. Now, RJ, we want to tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Resonant Justice or on YouTube at Resonant Justice. I'm always hanging around here at the lounge or other people's channels and stuff. So, yeah.
And crying in a corner because you don't get a return date. And then Saggy jumped in here at the last minute. Saggy, you want to tell everybody where they can find you?
You guys already know where to find me.
It doesn't matter where people can find. No, I'm just teasing.
I'm gonna go home. I'm upset. Enosh upset me. He yelled at me again.
Oh, what? I love you.
I know, I love you guys too. Saggy Melons with the Z everywhere.
John Cena!
Y'all ready for Peacemaker? That's gonna be fire.
Rage!
How you finally joined the culture?
No, I'm
Tyler. She's been on this Peacemaker thing. That and we talked about Blue Beetle already, so you can't go on your Blue Beetle.
Tyler, Blue Beetle's gonna save the DCU. Okay, Blue Beetle is saving the DCU. They don't believe me. They don't have faith, but I have.
Drugs.
Tyler, do you believe in the faith of the Blue Beetle?
Listen.
Uh-oh, the love just got cold water put all over it.
Do you really think that? Are you just like playing around, or are you really think?
Tyler.
No, okay,
oh no!
Tyler.
Oh no! I feel like I killed it all.
Let's work our way up to it, though. Let's work our way up to it. Do I think at this moment Blue Beetle will save the DCEU? I'm not sure. I have no idea what the movie's even going to be.
It will.
But I don't think Blue Beetle is a character. I don't think I like the character, but Enosh said it perfectly earlier. Not enough people know who that is.
Tyler, everybody will know the glory that is Blue Beetle, and he will come and save the DCEU.
Peacemaker's more popular than Blue Beetle.
Nobody cares about John Cena. John Cena is a bad actor, RJ. Okay.
Hey, the reviews for Fast 9 are coming out right now. They
Are they? Are they,
saying
RJ?
it's a good
Are they?
movie. He did a good
Are
job,
they?
so I don't
No one
know.
cares about John Cena. No one. He was a wrestler. We cared. He's an actor. We don't care. Peacemaker will not save the DCU. It is going.
Just liking to tease everybody a little bit, just tickling it a little bit.
You don't even know the power of Blue Beetle. John Cena cannot overcome Blue Beetle. I'm sorry. No, don't
you
be.
do you, boo. Right?
Yeah, I will do me, boo.
I hope. I really do. I hope that Blue Beetle saves the DCU.
It will.
I really do.
It
I
has
hope,
to.
because we need the general audience on our side.
I don't know. I think that's some nonsense. Like that. That's like something we could almost cover. If you do a video about that, Saggy, I think we could almost do a video about that for 2 cents of nonsense.
Oh, here comes William. Yes, William, Blue Beetle. We've been talked about this, William. I don't know why you're acting brand new, but Blue Beetle is going to save the DCU, William. And you
Stupid! You're so stupid!
You will accept Blue
I've
Beetle
been
into your
telling y'all
heart.
that Matt Reeves Batman movie is gonna save everything.
Hey, is it
But
JJ?
nobody believes me.
Is it? Nobody believes you because you believe that John Cena is going to save the DCU.
Right. I am
I
tired of
like
this
her
false
fire.
narrative. I'm tired of this false narrative. All I said was that
False
DC
narratives.
fans should give the Peacemaker show a chance because it could be good.
RJ.
What I've been saying though is that Matt Reeves the best.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
I'm just saying Matt Reeves' Batman movie is the real. Like,
now
that
it's
could be
another.
the real savior.
Okay, so now
That's
it's
the one you
another
have to look
topic.
towards.
You
Yeah.
were literally about friggin' Peacemaker, and now it's another person, another movie.
You misunderstood. Just to try and slander.
You're not
my
even
good
loyal
name.
to John Cena. It's not slander. You're not real. You're
All I
not
said was
loyal.
that just give it a chance because it could be better than people. give
These
it credit
hoes ain't
for.
loyal out on these streets. I'm just saying. Okay, these hoes ain't loyal. He was all about John Cena last week.
The chat agrees with me. The chat agrees with me.
The chat is coddering you.
You know what?
Okay, we're done. I can still call Enosh out for eating the meat. And he'd look at, well, you ate the meat too. Okay, but that still doesn't negate the fact you also ate the freaking meat.
It's
You
so
did
very
eat
true.
the meat.
Apparently, I did. Apparently, that. Can you hear me? I was told I was muted. Okay, I'm not muted anymore. Okay, all right. So, so that was fun.
I like the fire coming from Saggy down there, though.
Yes.
You know?
So I will leave you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, hey now. So apparently we've done our job, ladies and gentlemen. This is a great community. You are a great community of people. Keep doing what you do, guys, to make this not just this a great community, but as a whole, the whole DC family, the nerddom as well. I mean, not just DC, but all. Yes, RJ, I'll even include some Marvel fans in there. It's all good. It's all we love everybody around here, and so like I always tell you. Don't ever let anybody tell you that your fandom doesn't matter, and don't tell anybody that their fandom doesn't matter. But seek to have good conversations, seek to flesh out, what you're really trying to say, and get to the root of it. And but most importantly, treat everybody with respect. And if you do that, you'll always have a place here in the Poindexter Lounge. Until next time, I leave you with Macho Man's words. Quite simply, here you go. Have a night, everybody.
Understand this. Yeah. Nobody likes a quitter. Nobody said life was easy, so if you get knocked down, take the standing 8 count, get back up, and fight again. And you're a macho maniac. Dig it.
Heck yeah. And we'll see you guys next time. As soon as I can pull up the outro. There you go. We'll see you guys.